Chapter 1127. Xiao Yun went with Mulan and Mu Hin. If she could pick more tea leaves, it would save her a few trips up the mountain. Between Mulan and Xiao Yun there was no need to be so polite. On the way, Mulan asked Xiao Yun what she was going to do up the mountain. Xiao Yun did not hide anything. She told Mulan about what happened at the county magistrate's residence today. Mulan's interest was piqued. She said to Xiao Yun excitedly, Yun, if this thing can really be sold at a good price, it's okay to plant some tea leaves. It's much more comfortable than setting up a stall in Yang City. Xiao Yun nodded. That was indeed the case. Most importantly, she did not have to go to Yang City every day. She just had to stay in the village. Then, she could take care of her family. Otherwise, she would not be able to accompany Dowda for half a day outside. Moreover, they were businessmen. Once it rained, they had to stop their business temporarily. I just don't know if it will work. Let's try it first. It doesn't matter if it works or not. It's even better if it works. If it doesn't, we can continue to set up a stall to sell breakfast. As they spoke, the few of them reached the top of the mountain. Xiao Yun found the tea tree according to the location she remembered. The few of them busied themselves. Each of them picked half a basket of tea leaves and went down the mountain. It was more troublesome to pick tea leaves. It took a long time to pick a lot. However, the three of them added up to about 2 to 3 caddies of tea leaves. They would continue to pick more tea leaves tomorrow. They could give it to the county magistrate and let him give it to others to taste. At night, Xiao Yun sat in front of the candlelight and continued to sew the shoes in her hands. They were made from Mu Lianfeng. She was making the remaining half of the shoes. The more Xiao Yun made the shoes herself, the more she despised them. Her needlework was really terrible. The things she made looked like they had been gnawed by dogs. They were not presentable at all. If Mu Lianfeng were to wear the shoes she made, he would be laughed at. Xiao Yun sighed deeply. When Mu Lianfeng saw this, he raised his eyebrows and said with a smile, Yun, why are you sighing? Look. Xiao Yun threw the finished shoe to Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng looked at it and asked Xiao Yun in confusion, what's wrong, Yun? Isn't everything fine? Xiao Yun pursed her lips. Don't you think these shoes are too ugly? Mu Lianfeng looked at it carefully again. Under the light, he could clearly see the shoes that Xiao Yun made. He didn't know if it was because she was too unfamiliar with it, but the stitches were messy and not neat at all. Ugly? I don't think so. It's okay. Mu Lianfeng laughed heartily. Xiao Yun felt that Mu Lianfeng was really too hypocritical. It was obviously very ugly, but he said it wasn't. Are you sure you want to wear the shoes I made? Xiao Yun asked. Mu Lianfeng nodded heavily. Of course, Yun. As long as it's made by you, I like it, no matter if it's beautiful or ugly. Xiao Yun was amused by Mu Lianfeng. This guy was getting better at talking and making people happy. All right then. Since you like it and are willing to wear it, I'll make the remaining one. Otherwise, I won't make it. Mu Lianfeng's smile deepened. At this moment, Xiao Yun looked even more playful and adorable to him. Chapter 1128. The next morning, Xiao Yun continued to set up her stall in Shangyang City. The tea leaves had been fried and left at home. Xiao Yun did not bring them over. The tea leaves were fried, but the packaging was a problem. She could not just casually put them in a large jar like what she gave to the district magistrate. If she sold them, at least it would look more classy. Otherwise, no matter how good the tea was, if the packaging was not good enough, people would feel that it was very low class. Just like marketing in the 21st century, if the packaging was exquisite, the price could be doubled, or even dozens of times. Zhao Yun thought that there were no plastic paper boxes in this era. Naturally, there was no way to store the tea leaves. After thinking for a while, Zhao Yun thought of pottery jars. If she custom-made a batch of pottery jars the size of a can and made them look exquisite, it should be very good. She could draw some elegant flowers such as plum blossoms, orchids, chrysanthemums, and bamboos on them. Those scholars or people who flaunted their culture would definitely like them. However, this ordinary pottery jar could probably only hold 1 or 2 grams of tea leaves. It could not store much. It was actually not bad to buy a single one. She could package it and make it so that people could give it away. After thinking about it like this, Zhao Yun was ready to set up the stall, and then go to the place where pottery was made to ask. Soon, Xiao Mao took them to Shangyang City. The booming business made Zhao Yun very busy. Zhao Yun was also eager to find other ways to earn money. This way, she could be lazy sometimes and sleep in. She did not have to wake up before dawn every day. When she was busy until 9 o'clock, there were fewer customers. At this moment, she saw a girl walking over to her stall. This girl was none other than Jin Ju, the girl who went on a blind date with her second cousin. When Jin Ju came over, Zhao Yun greeted her with a smile. Are you here to buy breakfast? Come sit at the stall. Tell me what you want to eat and I'll get it for you. Zhao Yun originally intended to give it to Jin Ju for free. After all, if Jin Ju married Xiao Tianhu, she would be her second sister-in-law. She would not care about this little thing. However, Jin Ju shook her head. Smelling the fragrant smell of the stall, she swallowed her saliva. I'm not here to buy breakfast, and I'm not sitting. Zhao Yun was slightly taken aback. Then you're here too. Jin Ju stepped forward and handed a handful of change to Zhao Yun. She said to Zhao Yun, I'm not here to buy breakfast. I'm here to return the money. Zhao Yun looked at the 20 copper coins in her hand and was even more stunned. Pay back. Was this girl referring to the money she and Zhou Damei spent to eat at her place last time? When Zhao Yun heard Jin Ju say that she would pay back the money, she just smiled and didn't take it to heart. After all, she didn't expect them to pay, and she didn't intend to let them pay in the first place. When she heard Jin Ju say that she would pay back the money, Zhao Yun felt that this girl was a little special. However, Jin Ju said that it would be difficult for her to pay back the money. Zhou Damei looked like she was not a kind person. She would not give Jin Ju the money and let Jin Ju pay it back. Now that Jin Ju came over and gave her 20 copper coins, Zhao Yun was curious. Where did Jin Ju get the money? Chapter 11:29. Zhao Yun smiled and said to Jin Ju, there's no need for that. I told you that we were the ones who paid for it last time. You should take the money back. Zhao Yun knew that it was not easy for Jin Ju to get the 20 copper coins. If Zhou Damei knew about it, she would definitely scold Jin Ju again. Since that was the case, it was better not to take it, lest Jin Ju suffer. No, I said I'll return it. I'll leave first. Jin Ju was afraid that Zhao Yun would snatch the money back, so she quickly turned and ran away. Soon, she disappeared into the crowd. Seeing Jin Ju run away, Zhao Yun knew that she could not return the money. Looking at the copper coins in her hand, the smile on her face deepened. This girl had a very stubborn temper. However, Zhao Yun liked her very much. At least she was not like other girls who liked to take advantage of others. Moreover, Zhao Yun felt that this girl had a tenacity to stand on her own feet. Liang Jinchao also saw it from the side. After Jin Ju left, he sighed slightly and said to Zhao Yun, sigh, it's not easy for this child. I told her not to return the money, but she really did return the money. Zhao Yun nodded, yes. She probably doesn't like to take advantage of others and doesn't like to owe others. This kind of girl is rare. Liang Jinchao understood. Xiao Yun smiled and said, yes. By the way, mother, is there any progress on second cousin's marriage with her? Liang Jinchao shook his head and said, I'm not sure about that. It's your eldest aunt who's talking about it. However, there have been many things going on at home recently, so she didn't pay much attention to it. I think there's no need to meet other girls. Let's go with this one. She's not bad. Xiao Yun looked at Jin Ju as if it was her own blind date. Whether it's true or not, it's up to your second cousin and your eldest uncle's family to decide. It's useless for you to say that. Liang Jinchao said with a smile. Mother, why don't you talk to eldest aunt about this? If this kind of girl is wrong, there won't be such a shop in this village. It's quite difficult to find one. Liang Jinchao replied, sure, I'll talk to your eldest aunt later. Yeah. Not long after, two men walked over to Zhao Yun'er's stall. These two people were young Master Huang and the man in blue who had eaten breakfast at her stall yesterday. Seeing the two of them walking over, Zhao Yun'er greeted them with a smile. Young Master Huang, are you here to take care of my family's business again? Young Master Huang smiled and nodded. Your breakfast is pretty good. Since we're still in Yang City, we should eat more. Otherwise, we won't be able to eat anything when we get back. Ha! Xiao Yun laughed. She let the two of them sit down and serve breakfast. Today's breakfast was something that the two of them didn't get to eat last time. Seeing the two men eating heartily, Xiao Yun'er's lips curled up slightly. The amount of food that the two of them ate was equivalent to that of 4 people. She earned quite a bit of money. Just as the two of them were eating happily, 7 or 8 people suddenly rushed over. These people were all big and burly men. When they came to her stall, Xiao Yun'er knew that they didn't come with good intentions. However, she didn't offend anyone. What were these people doing here? After these people rushed over, they started smashing the stall. Chapter 1130. Liang Jinxiao and Mulan could only watch anxiously, but they did not dare to go up and deal with these men. Xiao Yun'er's frown deepened. These people would not come over to cause trouble for no reason. Xiao Yun'er wondered why. Who exactly did he offend? Or did they see that his business was too good, so they were unhappy and came to ruin his business? After all, because of her, the business of the other breakfast stalls was affected. It was normal for people to be jealous of her. Xiao Yun'er rushed over angrily and scolded these men. What are you trying to do? What right do you have to cause trouble for my stall? I didn't do anything illegal. If you dare to touch it again, I'll report it to the authorities. After Xiao Yun'er yelled at them, the leader of the men snorted coldly and said, report it to the authorities. Then go ahead and report it to the authorities. You can try and see if they will care about you. Xiao Yun'er was furious. What kind of people were they? Were they not afraid of the authorities? It seemed like there was someone important behind all of this. However, Xiao Yun'er still could not figure out who she had offended. She set up her stall obediently and did not have much to do with the people who paid attention to her. Who could she have offended? Or did the authorities find out about her relationship with Yili? But that did not seem right either. If that was the case, these people should have arrested her and locked her up. After all, she was guilty of harboring criminals. There was no need to cause trouble for her stall like this. Xiao Yun could not figure out what was going on and was very anxious. Now that her stall had been destroyed, how was she going to survive? How was she going to earn money? After all, the tea business had not taken off yet. If she set up her stall to sell breakfast, she would at least know her daily income. Yun'er, what should we do? Liang Jinchao asked with a frown as he moved closer to Xiao Yun'er. I don't know. Hey, everything was fine. Why did these people come over and smash it? Mulan clutched the corner of her clothes, her face full of worry. At the same time, she felt the same as Zhao Yuner, helpless in the face of these unreasonable people. Mulan's feelings for the stall were no less than Zhao Yuner. Compared to Zhao Yuner, the breakfast stall was more important to Mulan. After all, she could only rely on this to support her family's living standards. She was not as capable as Zhao Yuner and could earn money through other methods. Zhao Yuner bit her lower lip and glared at the people who came to smash her stall. It could be said that these people were extremely ruthless and did not show any mercy at all. They did not show any mercy when they smashed. The pots and pans on Zhao Yuner's stall were all smashed to pieces. The unsold breakfast also rolled to the ground. Attracted by the fragrant smell of the breakfast, many stray cats and dogs rushed over and took away the steamed buns and dumplings on the ground. Some beggars also took the opportunity to snatch. Some greedy women also secretly put the steamed buns on the ground into their arms. Although the steamed buns on the ground were a little dirty, they could still be eaten after washing them with water. These were all good things. It would be a waste not to take them. Anyway, everyone was snatching. Zhao Yuner could not stop them even if she wanted to. Chapter 1131. In addition, it would take a lot of time to buy these things. When the time came, her breakfast stall would probably not be able to operate for a while. Of course, these were all things that she would think about in the future. After all, if someone targeted her, as long as she reopened the stall, there would definitely be people who would continue to smash the stall. At this moment, Zhao Yuner suddenly felt that she was too small. In front of these forces, she did not have any strength at all. If there was no one to rely on, she would only be bullied in vain. Looking at these people who were tyrannical, overbearing, and unreasonable, what could she do? Who are you? Don't go too far. Zhao Yuner said coldly to these people. Little girl, so what if we go too far? TSK, 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 what will you do to us? The man who took the lead said to Zhao Yuner with a bit of savagery in his tone. Miss, I'm telling you, you'd better not offend these people. Some onlookers could not stand it and went to Zhao Yuner and whispered to her. Uncle, do you know these people? Zhao Yuner asked curiously. The man sighed, I don't say that I know them. I just heard of them. They are the local ruffians here. But they are different from ordinary ruffians. They have connections with the officials of the imperial court. They are much more powerful than our county minister. So even if you are an official, our county minister does not dare to interfere. After the man's explanation, Zhao Yuner understood. It turned out that this was the case. Why were these people so insolent? They were not afraid of reporting to the officials. It turned out that they had people behind them. Zhao Yuner could not help but sigh in her heart. This feudal society was really dark. As long as one had power and influence, one could do whatever one wanted. But I didn't offend them. Zhao Yuner muttered. The man said carefully, you may not have offended them, but you may have offended others. Uncle, what do you mean? Hey, miss, these people have some background, so if someone wants to deal with you, as long as you pay, they can help. Today, they came to smash your stall. Maybe someone paid them to come. Hey, miss, I won't talk about it anymore. You're on your own now. I'll leave first. After the man finished speaking, he hurriedly ran away. He was afraid that if he revealed too much, these people would come back to settle accounts with him. He had said enough to Zhao Yuner. He had done his best. Zhao Yuner pondered a little more in her eyes. She had no idea that someone was messing with her in the dark. It seemed like she would have to swallow this grievance. Mr. Huang and the blue-clothed man were sitting in front of the stall, eating quietly. However, they were disturbed by the sudden appearance of someone. Seeing a bowl flying towards young Master Huang, the blue-robed man hurriedly got up and kicked the bowl to the side. Bang! It fell to the ground. The bowl shattered into pieces, but young Master Huang was still eating calmly, as if he didn't care at all. The blue-robed man looked at young Master Huang nervously. Young Master, this. After the blue-robed man finished speaking, young Master Huang swallowed the last dumpling into his stomach and stood up. What is going on? Young Master Huang's voice carried a hint of anger. Chapter 1132. He glanced coldly at the people who came here to destroy his stall. His eyes were filled with an aura of disdain for the world. At this moment, he was the ruler of the world. After the reprimand, the man who was destroying the stall was stunned and looked at young Master Huang. However, after a slight pause, he resumed his actions. The leader of the group said to young Master Huang, "Are you blind? Can't you see it? We're destroying your stall. Get out of the way and don't block the way. Otherwise, we'll take care of you as well." After the leader finished speaking, the others continued to destroy the stall. All the tables and chairs in Zhao Yun's house were destroyed. The scene was unbearable. After the leader finished speaking, young Master Huang's eyes turned even colder. These people. They're really arrogant. Before young Master Huang could say anything, the man in blue couldn't take it anymore. Do you know who you're talking to? How dare you? The man in blue reprimanded them. The leader was fearless to begin with. In Sun City, he was the most authoritative person. Therefore, after the blue-clothed man finished speaking, the leading man replied disdainfully. Who am I talking to? I don't care who you're talking to. Do you think I'm afraid? When you're in Sun City, no one can do anything to me. When the man spoke, he was extremely arrogant and fearless. The man in blue was even angrier. These people were too lawless. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes today, he probably wouldn't have believed that such a scourge existed in Sun City. The man in blue snorted, "Aren't you afraid that the authorities will arrest you? Since you've caused such a ruckus, you must be severely punished." The authorities. What can the authorities do to us? Let me tell you, this place is far away from the authorities. No one can do anything to us. We have someone backing us. His position is higher than that of a county magistrate. The man shouted arrogantly. After he finished speaking, he seemed to be proud of himself. The man in blue frowned. For a moment, he didn't know what to say. Instead, he looked at young Master Huang nervously. He saw that young Master Huang's face had darkened. The blue-clothed man muttered in his heart, "It's over, it's over, it's over." Young Master Huang snorted coldly and said to the leading man, I'm curious to know who is backing you up." After that, he instructed the man in blue, "Go and report this to the authorities. Arrest these people for me." The blue-clothed man nodded. Young Master Huang's imposing manner intimidated the few men who came to cause trouble. "You want to catch us? You're not that simple," the man said angrily. Anyway, Zhao Yun's business was almost done. It was time to leave. Thus, the leader of the group called for the others to leave. Zhao Yun hurriedly stepped forward to stop him. "Stop right there. You want to leave after smashing my stall? It's not that easy." Zhao Yun's face was also calm. Just now, when she saw the aura that burst out from young Master Huang's body, she felt that young Master Huang's identity was not simple. Since he said to report it to the authorities, he naturally had to report it to the authorities. He should send it to the authorities first. There should be a way to find out what was going on. Chapter 1133. Xiao Yun was curious. Who would hate her so much? Facing Xiao Yun's angry little face, the few burly men didn't take Xiao Yun seriously. After all, Xiao Yun's petite body couldn't possibly deal with them. The leader of the men frowned and shouted at Xiao Yun in disgust, "Get lost. Get lost. Don't force me to attack a woman." Xiao Yun didn't give up. "I said that I won't let you go, so I won't let you go. Today, I'm going to arrest you and bring you to the authorities for questioning. Since you're not afraid of anything, are you afraid of the authorities? If you have the guts, then don't leave." After Xiao Yun finished speaking, the leader of the men was already impatient. Who said that they weren't afraid of the authorities? But it was still troublesome. If they left now, it would naturally save them a lot of trouble. Why did they have to go to the authorities? Since Xiao Yun refused to leave, the leader of the men attacked Xiao Yun. Just as he was about to shake off Xiao Yun suddenly grabbed his arm. Then, Xiao Yun threw him over her shoulder, causing him to fall heavily to the ground. Ouch! The man let out a muffled and painful groan. The surrounding onlookers looked at Xiao Yun in shock. They didn't expect that a petite woman like Xiao Yun could explode with such power. She even threw a burly man like Xiao Yun to the ground. Young Master Huang, who was standing not far away, looked at Xiao Yun with a trace of playfulness and curiosity. This girl looked a little different from the rest. She actually had such good skills. It seemed that she wasn't simple. It was really hard to imagine that such a delicate body could explode with such power. When the other men saw this, they hurriedly helped the leader up. "Big brother, are you okay? Big brother, are you okay? Big brother, why did you get hit by a woman?" The leader of the group called out a few times and then called out to the others, "What are you guys waiting for? Hurry up and help me up. It hurts so much." Thus, the other men hurriedly helped him up. The leader of the group rubbed his buttocks. This fall was not light at all. Even his bones felt as if they had been shattered. It really hurt. It wasn't just about the pain. As a man, he was beaten up by a woman in front of so many people. He couldn't keep his face. He reckoned that others would laugh him to death later. The more he thought, the angrier he became. This woman was really too much. Thus, he called out to the other men, "Teach her a good lesson for me. She actually dared to lay her hands on me. If I don't make her cry to the heavens today, I'll be letting myself down. Big brother. Big brother, don't be angry. We'll help you deal with this little bitch. Yes, big brother, we'll help you." As they spoke, the men surrounded Xiao Yun. Xiao Yun's eyes were filled with vigilance. She could deal with one person, but she couldn't deal with so many of them. Moreover, she took advantage of the situation when they were unprepared. If they really fought, she would be in a disadvantageous position. Xiao Yun could only hope that the officials would arrive soon. That way, she wouldn't be at a disadvantage. Chapter 1134. What should she do now? If these people really laid a hand on Xiao Yun would definitely be hurt. When Xiao Yun saw these people surrounding her, she took a few steps back. "What are you trying to do? Do you still want to lay a hand on me in broad daylight?" Xiao Yun asked coldly. She just wanted to stall for time. When these people heard this, they snorted softly. "Yes, we want to lay a hand on you. So what? Young lady, you've dealt with our big brother today, so you'll be in for it. Don't come over, don't come near me, you disgusting men. Young lady, you're quite stubborn. I'll teach you a lesson later, then you'll know how to speak properly." As he spoke, the man took a step forward and grabbed Xiao Yun. Xiao Yun could not move in the hands of these people. You, let go of my daughter. Liang Jinchao rushed over anxiously, but before she could get close to Xiao Yun, she was pushed by someone and fell to the ground. Liang Jinchao fell hard, and her brows were knitted together in pain. Xiao Yun wanted to go forward and help Liang Jinchao, but she still could not break free. She could only look at Liang Jinchao worriedly. Mulan and Mu Hin hurriedly helped Liang Jinchao up. Mother, are you okay? How are you feeling? Does it hurt? Xiao Yun asked Liang Jinchao worriedly. Liang Jinchao waved her hand. Mother is fine, mother is fine. This is Yun, you, seeing Liang Jinchao's concern for her, Xiao Yun, replied, Mother, don't come over, in case they hurt you. Sigh. Liang Jinchao sighed heavily, extremely anxious. Faced with the situation in front of her, there was nothing she could do. How could a few women deal with so many men? They could only watch helplessly as Xiao Yun was bullied. Young Master Huang, who was standing beside him, watched the scene with cold eyes. Seeing that Xiao Yun was in danger, he couldn't sit still any longer. With a wave of his fan, he smashed these people away. Then, the man in yellow rushed over and kicked these people to the ground one by one. Xiao Yun regained her freedom. The skill of the yellow-clothed man just now was simply amazing. He looked even more powerful than Mu Lianfeng. Xiao Yun couldn't help but be curious. Who was this man? If he could help her, it meant that he was on her side. Xiao Yun was looking forward to seeing how powerful this young Master Huang was to be able to deal with this group of villains. The man who was beaten down by young Master Huang stood up again and rushed towards young Master Huang with a face full of anger. You are really courting death. Don't blame us for being rude if you meddle in our business. Go, all of you go. Teach him a lesson, beat him up so badly that even his parents won't recognize him. Seeing the men rushing towards young Master Huang, Xiao Yun was worried about young Master Huang. She wasn't sure if young Master Huang could handle it. After all, he had offended these people because of her. Young Master, be careful. Xiao Yun shouted at young Master Huang. Young Master Huang smirked. His face was calm, as if he wasn't afraid of being surrounded by these people. Miss, don't worry, I'm fine. Chapter 1135. His movements were as smooth as flowing water. There was no pressure at all when dealing with these people. Ah, 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 screams could be heard from the ground. After rolling around in sweat, they were in so much pain that they could not get up. Not long after, the people from the government came over. Even the county magistrate came over personally with a group of constables. The county magistrate walked to young Master Huang and asked nervously, Young Master Huang, this? Young Master Huang snorted and said, Such a situation happened in your district. Don't tell me you don't know about it. The county magistrate's heart skipped a beat. He said nervously to young Master Huang, I don't know. I have never seen such a situation before. Young Master Huang's voice became colder. Then you have failed in your duty. Young Master, all right, there's no need to say any more. Hurry up and bring these people back. Interrogate them properly. I want to know who gave them the guts to be so tyrannical and do whatever they want. They are not even afraid of the government. They are creating trouble for no reason. They don't even care about the laws of the imperial court. Haha, they are so arrogant. Do they think that no one can discipline them? After young Master Huang finished speaking, the county magistrate's forehead was covered with a layer of cold sweat. He thought to himself, this is great. How could he not know that these people were creating trouble? He just turned a blind eye to it. It was not easy for him to be an official. He did not want to get into too much trouble. But who would have thought that of all the people they could have offended, they actually offended? Sigh. The county magistrate sighed heavily in his heart. He hoped that he would not be too unlucky to be involved in this matter. The county magistrate promised young Master Huang, yes, yes, yes. I will bring them back and interrogate them properly. We must not let such a malignant tumor stay in Yang City and do evil things. Young Master Huang faintly nodded his head in response, but there was still displeasure between his eyebrows. This matter made him very angry. Under the county magistrate and the constable's help, all the men on the ground were caught and brought away. Seeing these people being taken away by the people of the imperial court, Zhao Yun'er heaved a heavy sigh of relief. This matter could be considered to have obtained a slightly better result. However, these people did not reveal who ordered them, so Zhao Yun'er was still worried. He was afraid that the breakfast stall would not be able to open for a while. When Liang Jinqiao saw this, he was both happy and relieved. He was happy that the bad guys were finally taken away by the authorities, but he sighed because he didn't know what to do with his stall being smashed to such a state. Looking at the broken things on the ground, Liang Jinqiao's heart ached. Hey, Yun'er, what should we do now? Zhao Yun'er shrugged. There's no other way. Let's go back and rest for a few days. We'll wait for the results of the investigation. Liang Jinqiao nodded. That was the only way. The things on the ground were basically useless. They were all smashed to pieces. Zhao Yun'er tidied up a few things, picked them up, and put them in the car. She might be able to continue using them after some repairs. Young Master Huang was still standing at the same spot. He had no intention of leaving. When Zhao Yun'er saw this, she walked towards him. Chapter 1136. Young Master Huang smiled faintly and said, Miss, you don't have to be so polite. It's these people who went too far. It's not that I'm being polite, but I really have to thank young Master for today. Otherwise, I would have fallen into the hands of these ruffians. I don't know what kind of grievances I would have to suffer. Zhao Yun'er sighed. Actually, she was trying to get close to young Master Huang by saying this. Perhaps this man could help her by chatting more with young Master Huang and getting to know him better. Not to mention other things, just from the attitude of the district magistrate towards him and the way he looked at these people with disdain, she knew that this man's identity was definitely not ordinary. If he was a noble, it would be a piece of cake for these people to listen to his apology. Young Master Huang smiled and looked at Zhao Yun'er with a trace of admiration in his eyes. Miss, your performance today really opened my eyes. It really makes people feel that you're different from the rest. Zhao Yun'er guessed that young Master Huang was talking about how she dealt with the man. She smiled and twitched the corner of her mouth. My martial arts are just mediocre. Compared to young Master Huang, it's like the difference between heaven and earth. That's not bad. Ordinary women don't even have mediocre martial arts. I wonder if you've specially learned martial arts. Zhao Yun'er shook her head. I didn't specially learn martial arts. I just learned some self-defense moves from others, I see. The smile on young Master Huang's face deepened. It made people feel that there was a hidden meaning behind it. Zhao Yun'er smiled awkwardly. She didn't know what to say. Mulan and Liang Jinqiao had already cleaned up the things on the ground. They asked Zhao Yun if it was time to go back. Zhao Yun could only follow young Master Huang. Young Master, you should go back too. I have to go home now. Young Master Huang suddenly stopped Zhao Yun'er. Wait. Zhao Yun'er looked at young Master Huang in confusion and asked, Young Master, is there anything else? Since you think that I've helped you today, don't you want to repay me? Young Master Huang only raised his eyebrows, but Zhao Yun'er was stunned. why was this man so hypocritical? Just now, he told him not to be too polite. Now, he asked him to repay him. Where did this logic come from? Young Master Huang, how do you want me to repay you? If I can do it, I'll do it. Zhao Yun'er thought in her heart, as long as the request was not too excessive, she was afraid that this man would open his mouth and ask for something. Miss will definitely be able to do it. Then tell me about it, young master. I've tasted the tea leaves you gave me these past 2 days and I think they're very good. If it's possible, can you give me more before I leave Yang City? I'll bring it back and slowly savor it. After young Master Huang finished speaking, his lips curled into a smile. When Zhao Yun'er heard this, she immediately nodded and agreed. Sure, of course. That's good. Other than that, I don't have any other requests. Alright, young master. I'll take my leave first. Young Master Huang nodded, waved the fan in his hand, and strode away. The things on Zhao Yun'er's breakfast stall could only be thrown away as junk. This time, the loss was huge. Mulan and Liang Jinchao sighed inwardly, feeling pity for the breakfast stall. Chapter 1137. If they didn't do business for a few days, it would be a loss for them. Seeing that Mulan and Liang Jinchao were in a bad mood, Zhao Yun'er comforted them. It's okay, sister-in-law Mulan, mother, we're very tired from setting up the stall every day. Let's go back and rest for a few days. Liang Jinchao sighed and said, Sigh, that's what you say, but I still want to set up the stall. After all, we can only make money by setting up the stall. If we rest at home, not only will we not make any money, but we'll also have to spend money. Mulan agreed, yes, although it's a little tiring to set up the stall every day, I'm still very motivated when I think about making so much money. Now that the stall is ruined, what should we do in the future? Yun'er, how long will it take for us to set up the stall again? Zhao Yun'er shook her head and said, I don't know either. I don't even know who we've offended this time. I'm afraid that when we set up the stall again, another group of people will come and ruin our stall. We can take it once, but we can't take it twice. Sigh, the more Zhao Yun'er said, the more Mulan and Liang Jinchao sighed. Zhao Yun'er could only shake her head. These two people were too focused on making money. Zhao Yun'er had to comfort them, it's okay, we can't set up the stall early. Let's try to get more tea back during this period. Maybe we can make more money. Really? Mulan looked up at Zhao Yun'er. Of course it's true. Okay, Yun'er, let's go to the mountains to pick tea during the day. Okay. Before going back, Zhao Yun'er went to the pottery factory and ordered a batch of pottery. In the past, when she talked to the people who made ceramics, these people knew what Zhao Yun'er needed. They agreed to make a few samples first. When the time came, Zhao Yun'er would come to take a look. If Zhao Yun'er was satisfied, they would mass-produce it. After finishing these, Zhao Yun'er drove back to the village. When she returned to old Zhao's house, Zhao Ping'er and Qin Yuan didn't come today. However, old Zhao's house was still very lively. Young Master Meng was very fast and sent some things over. Although it wasn't as much as Zhao Yun last time, to the villagers, Zhao Yun'er, they felt that the things were very valuable. Zhao Yun'er's, Zhao Yun's, and Zhao Yun's are. The date of Zhao Xinhui's marriage was also set. Young Master Meng would come to pick her up in 3 days. Because of the things that young Master Meng sent over, Wu Chunhua still agreed even though she was a bit reluctant to part with Zhao Xinhui. 3 days was 3 days. Anyway, the bride's family didn't need to prepare much. Mother, it's only 3 days. Can we make it in time? Zhao Xinhui asked Wu Chunhua. In her opinion, 3 days was too rushed. She had to prepare well for her wedding. She couldn't be too shabby or too casual. Otherwise, how could she be glamorous? Hu Chunhua held Zhao Xinhui's hand and said with a smile, "We can make it in time." "How can we not make it in time?" The sooner you get married, the sooner you can enjoy happiness. It's better than eating vegetables at home, right? Zhao Xinhui felt that Hu Chunhua's words made sense. The food at home was too shabby. How could it be better than young Master Meng? Chapter 1138. Hu Chunhua was afraid that something unexpected would happen. What if young Master Meng went back on his word? At that time, not only would he not be willing to marry Zhao Xinhui, but he would also ask for the betrothal gifts back. Then, their family would suffer a great loss. Therefore, if she hurried to get married now, there would not be any accidents. Zhao Xinhui's eyes turned, and she nodded. "All right then, mother, I'll listen to you. However, mother, I don't have a wedding dress. I can't just wear a dress and get married casually, right? Ping already has one, so I can't be shabby compared to her." Hu Chunhua frowned. Her daughter's words were not without reason. When a girl got married, she had to prepare to look good. Besides, Zhao Xinhui was marrying into a rich family this time. She had to look good. In any case, she had to make others envious of her family. Hu Chunhua was a little conflicted. These clothes have to be made in advance. If we make them now, I reckon that we won't be able to make it in time. You'll be getting married in 3 days. When Zhao Xinhui heard this, she looked a little displeased. She pouted and said to Hu Chunhua, "Mother, am I supposed to look like this when I get married?" "Mother, no, I can't be worse than Ping. I have to dress beautifully on my wedding day so that all the girls in the village will be envious of me." Zhao Xinhui raised her chin and said. For so many years, she had been mocked by the little sluts in the village. So this time, she would get married in a grand manner and then slap those people in the face. They could only be envious of her. Seeing that Zhao Xinhui was throwing a tantrum again, Hu Chunhua quickly comforted her. All right, don't be anxious. Mother will think of something for you. It's useless to be anxious now. You should think of something carefully." Zhao Xinhui nodded. "Mother, think about it. What do you think we should do?" Hu Chunhua rolled her eyes and said, "It's impossible to do it outside. Why don't we borrow it from Ping? Ping's wedding dress is so beautiful. It's a waste for that girl to wear it. If we borrow it and you wear it, I think you'll definitely look very beautiful." After hearing what Hu Chunhua said, Zhao Xinhui fell silent for a moment. She had seen Zhao Ping's wedding dress before. It was indeed quite beautiful. However, it was not suitable for Zhao Ping. If she were to wear it, she would definitely be way better than Zhao Ping. However, Zhao Xinhui didn't like to take Zhao Ping's things. She was the one getting married, so why did she have to wear someone else's wedding dress? "Mother, this isn't very good." Zhao Xinhui frowned, appearing somewhat reluctant. Hu Chunhua sighed and said, If we don't borrow Ping's, where are we going to get it? There's no way to get it now. Ping's is the best." Zhao Xinhui thought about it. That was indeed the case. There was no other way to get it now. However, she still felt somewhat reluctant and uncomfortable. However, compared to wearing something casually, wearing Zhao Ping's wedding dress would undoubtedly make him look much better. "Mother, all right then. We'll borrow it from Ping. However, that girl is very stingy. We might not be able to borrow it." Zhao Xinhui's brows revealed some worry. Chapter 1139. Zhao Xinhui nodded. Mom, that's fine. You can tell me about it when the time comes. Anyway, Zhao Xinhui wouldn't get involved in this matter. She didn't want to ask others for help. Hui Chunhua patted her chest and said, okay. When the time comes, I'll go and talk to them. We still have to ask third brother's wife to do some other things. Mom, what do you want them to do? Zhao Xinhui asked curiously. Hui Chunhua chuckled and said, you're getting married. Our family definitely has to hold a banquet. When the time comes, we'll have to find someone to cook for us, right? Zhao Xinhui nodded. Yes, Mom. What's the matter? Hui Chunhua smiled and said, when you get married, other than marrying in a grand manner, you'll have to prepare better things for the ceremony. This will make our Zhao family look better. The banquet also has to be done well. We have to entertain the guests and have good food and drinks. Only then will it look ostentatious. Zhang Xinhui replied, Yes, Mom. This has to be done well. After all, it's my marriage. I have to look good too. Our family has to do well. We have to let everyone in our village know that I married a rich man. We'll have a good life in the future. Yes. That's what Mom thinks. So the dishes at the banquet have to be carefully prepared. We can't just find someone to cook for us. Then we have to at least hire a chef. It's not about how good it will be. It just has to be similar to Ping Er's wedding. Zhao Xinhui said. Actually, the last time Zhao Xinhui ate at the table, she felt that Zhao Yun Er's dishes were very good. It was much better than the banquets held by other families. Even if some families hired a chef, the food still couldn't be as good as Zhao Yun Er's. In the end, it was Zhao Yun Er's cooking that was good. Hui Chunhua continued, Yes, Ping did a very good job when she got married. The people in our village kept praising her after eating, saying that the food was even better than the food cooked by the chef. So, Mother wants to go talk to Yuner now and ask her to cook for us. Not only can we do it well, but we can also save money on hiring a chef. Hui Chunhua calculated very well in her heart. Inviting a chef over would cost at least a few hundred copper coins. With this amount of money, she could buy a lot of things. If she could save, she would naturally save. There was no need to waste. Mother, that's fine. Go and talk to third sister-in-law and the others. It wasn't easy for me to get married, so they can't go overboard. Yes. Mother will go and tell him later. Yes. After Zhao Xinhui finished speaking, she began to look forward to her life after marrying young Master Meng. The life of this rich family should be very comfortable. Every day, there would be meat to eat, drink, and wear good clothes. Naturally, it would be different from old Zhao's life. After the third branch had lunch, the men didn't rest for a while and went out to work. Now, they were very energetic. Because of these people's work, Zhao Yuyun Er's house was built very quickly. In a short while, half of it was built. The remaining half was built. After adding a roof beam and tiles, it was almost ready for people to live in. However, a big house was one thing. Before moving in, he still had to buy some necessary furniture. Thinking that they could live in a big house, the people in the third branch were quite excited. After all, it was too troublesome to squeeze into a small house every day. The sooner the new house was built, the sooner they could live comfortably. Chapter 1140. Mother, let me help you. Zhao Yun Er stepped forward and said. Liang Jinchao waved his hand. It's okay, Yun Er. Mother can do it. You should rest. There's still work to be done later. It's okay, mother. I'm not tired. Let's do it together. Haha, okay then, child. It's not that I want to nag at you, but you can't be too diligent. Sometimes, you should rest when you need to. There are so many things to do at home. You can't be so clingy about everything, right? Zhao Yun laughed. If you can do the work, then do it. Anyway, I can't let you tire yourself out. You really know how to care for others. Sigh, if only Ping was half as good as you. Liang Jinchao sighed. Zhao Yun pursed her lips and said helplessly, Mother, it's not that Sister Ping doesn't care about others. She just doesn't care about you. I think she treats Qin Yuan quite well. Speaking of this, Liang Jinchao smiled helplessly. Haha, yes, you're right. But it's good enough that Ping cares about others. Haha, while the two of them were talking, they saw Hu Chunhua running toward their house. When she saw Hu Chunhua coming over, Zhao Yun frowned. She had a premonition that something bad was going to happen. When Liang Jinchao saw her, he said to Hu Chunhua, Mother, what are you doing here? What's the matter? This time, Hu Chunhua's attitude was quite good because she had a favor to ask of the third branch. She smiled at Liang Jinchao and said, Third daughter-in-law, what are you talking about? Can't I come to your house if there's nothing important? Liang Jinchao pursed his lips and smiled awkwardly. Yes, of course. Then it's settled. As Hu Chunhua spoke, she went directly to Zhao Yun's house and sat down on the stool. She was not polite or restrained at all. When Zhao Yun saw this, a trace of disgust appeared in her eyes. This damned old hag, just looking at it made people feel disgusted. Now that he was here, he deliberately dawdled and did not say it directly. However, Zhao Yun felt that it must be something bad. Mother, is there really nothing wrong? Liang Jinchao could not help but ask again. Seeing Hu Chunhua coming over, it was really awkward. Hee, my third daughter-in-law, now that you mention it, I do have something to ask of you. Hu Chunhua said with a hypocritical smile. Looking at Hu Chunhua's fake smile, Zhao Yun felt even more disgusted. If there was something, then there was something. Why did he have to go through so much trouble? It was as if she was the one who came over and did not want to trouble their family. Mother, if there's anything, just say it. Are you embarrassed? Liang Jinchao asked. Well, third daughter-in-law, then I'll say it directly. Actually, it's not a big deal. It's about youngest sister's marriage. Liang Jinchao's eyes flashed with confusion. Youngest sister's marriage. Hasn't youngest sister's marriage been decided? Yes, it has been decided. Young Master Mang has also sent something over. However, the wedding will be held in 3 days. Initially, I wanted your youngest sister to get married in a grand manner. After all, she's so old and it's not easy for her to get married. When Liang Jinchao heard this, he nodded behind her. Indeed, it was not easy for Zhao Xinhui to get married, let alone for a rich man like young Master Mang. Chapter 1141. But Hu Chunhua paused and looked at Liang Jinchao. But what, mother? Sigh. Third brother's wife, it's because time is too tight. I originally wanted to make a wedding dress for your younger sister's wedding, but now it seems that it won't be possible. I see. Liang Jinchao felt a little regretful when she heard this. She also felt sorry for Zhao Xinhui. She could completely understand Hu Chunhua's current feelings. After all, when she married Zhao Ping, she also wanted to give all the good things to Zhao Ping. Mother, what are you going to do now? Liang Jinchao asked. Hu Chunhua smiled at Zhao Yun and said, So third brother's wife, didn't you come looking for me? Liang Jinchao was even more stunned. Mother, what does this have to do with me? What can I do to help? Third brother's wife, of course you can help. You can even help a lot. It's like this. I was thinking that Ping got married previously, right? That wedding dress is very nice. So I was wondering if I could ask Ping to lend it to Hui. In this way, Hui will not only be able to wear the wedding dress, but also save us some of money. Otherwise, it would cost a lot of money to make a new one. These wedding dresses can only be worn once, so it's really a waste to spend this money. It's fine if we don't have it, but since we have it, why don't we let Ping borrow it once? After speaking, Hu Chunhua looked at Liang Jinchao and waited for Liang Jinchao's answer. However, Liang Jinchao fell silent and frowned, looking very conflicted. Hu Chunhua was a little unhappy and asked Liang Jinchao, third brother's wife, this isn't a big deal, right? I'm not asking for too much. Your younger sister is getting married, so as her brothers and sisters-in-law, you should naturally be happy for her and help her as much as you can. I'm not asking you to fork out money. It's just a wedding dress. It's not a big loss at all. After hearing Hu Chunhua's complaint, Liang Jinchao quickly explained, Mother, it's not that I'm stingy and unwilling, but this matter has to be discussed with Ping. It's only if Ping agrees. I can't force her, right? Hu Chunhua snorted and said, third brother's wife, I'm not scolding you, but what kind of mother are you? Could it be that he couldn't even order his own daughter around? Look at Ping's wedding. How glorious it was for her. If he doesn't agree to such a big thing, you can scold him. Really, Ping is also pampered by you like a treasure. If it were my daughter, she would be controlled in minutes. Liang Jinchao sighed slightly. Hu Chunhua said it so easily. If it were her turn, it probably wouldn't be like this. Zhao Ping was stubborn. It was useless to order her around. She could only be coaxed. However, Hu Chunhua probably really didn't have a way and could only borrow it from Zhao Ping. Therefore, she said to Hu Chunhua, Mother, don't be angry. I'll discuss this matter with Ping. When the time comes, she can lend it to younger sister. Won't it be fine? Hu Chunhua's expression became much better, that's fine. You should tell Ping about this matter. This matter has to be done quickly. Your younger sister is getting married in 3 days. You can't delay it. Chapter 1142. Alright, that's settled then. Third daughter-in-law, I'll leave this matter to you. No matter what, your younger sister has to wear a wedding gown to get married. Our old Zhao family's reputation must not be tarnished. Hu Chunhua exhorted. Mother, I know. Don't worry. Hu Chunhua responded. Zhao Yun stood aside and did not utter a word. Seeing that Hu Chunhua was so shameless, she really did not know what to say. However, she wanted to see how Zhao Ping would react when the time came. It would be best if she would fight with Hu Chunhua. Then, there would be a good show to watch. That was why she chose to stand by and not get involved in this matter. She thought that Hu Chunhua could leave after she was done with this matter. However, Hu Chunhua had no intention of leaving at all. Instead, she continued to sit on the stool and dawdle. Liang Jinchao could not help but ask again, Mother, is there anything else? Hu Chunhua nodded and responded, Third daughter-in-law, there's one more thing. Zhao Yun could not help but mock, Grandmother, what's the matter? Can you say it clearly in one breath? Why are you so slow? Why don't you stop talking? Hu Chunhua was a little angry at Zhao Yun's words. Why was this girl's attitude like this? In any case, she was her elder, right? She really did not take her seriously at all. This was too much. If it were any other time, Hu Chunfang might have exploded. This time, it was rare that she did not argue with Zhao Yun. Instead, she suppressed her anger. Hu Chunhua knew that she now had a favor to ask of Zhao Yun. It was not worthwhile to offend Zhao Yun at this time. Therefore, instead of getting angry, she smiled at Zhao Yun and said, "Why are you so anxious, girl? Usually, I don't come to your third branch's room to sit. Now that I'm here, can't you let me sit for a while?" Liang Jinchao said, "Yuner, stop nagging at your grandmother. Let her sit for a while. Mother, tell me, what else do you need my help with?" Hu Chunhua squeezed out a fake smile and said, "Third daughter-in-law, Ping is getting married. Your family's banquet is really good. Everyone in our village is praising it." Speaking of this, Liang Jinchao smiled and said, "Well, mother, it's all because of Yuner. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been done so well. They like Yuner's cooking." After Liang Jinchao finished speaking, Hu Chunhua followed Liang Jinchao and praised Zhao Yuner, which was rare. "Haha, yes, it's all because of Yuner. Yuner is really good. She has brought honor to our old Zhao family." Hu Chunhua's eyes fell on Zhao Yuner as she spoke. Zhao Yuner's mouth twitched. She did not take Hu Chunhua's praise as a compliment. She knew very well that Hu Chunhua must be up to no good. "Mother, it's not as good as you said. It's just a meal," Liang Jinchao said with a smile. Third daughter-in-law, I'm thinking that since Yuaner's cooking is so good, the people in the village say that it's better than the chefs outside. So, I'm thinking that when your little sister gets married, we'll hold a banquet. Can Yuner also help to cook? When the dishes are delicious, you want to make your little sister proud." After Hu Chunhua finished speaking, Liang Jinchao did not know what to say, so his eyes fell on Zhao Yuner. Chapter 1143. It just so happened that their stall had been smashed earlier, and they had no way to set up a stall on the streets. They had the time. In addition, for his little sister's wedding, the other branches of the family naturally had to help out where they could. They couldn't be too fussy about their relationship as brothers and sisters-in-law. Otherwise, they wouldn't be like a family. However, it was still Zhao Yun who made the decision. After all, Zhao Yun was the one who worked herself to death. Moreover, Zhao Yun had a lot of things to do. Zhao Yun's mouth curled up, revealing a sarcastic smile. How interesting. She actually wanted her to help out. She didn't know where she got this thick skin from. Seeing that Zhao Yun didn't say anything, Hu Chunhua was a little anxious. "I say, Yun, you're not unwilling to help out, are you? Your aunt is getting married, and I just want you to help cook. It's not a big deal." Zhao Yun snorted softly. "I say, grandmother, it's easy for you to say that. What do you mean it's just cooking? This isn't an easy job. It's tiring." Hu Chunhua's lips twitched. "It's a little tiring, but that's your aunt. You lass, you don't even want to help out with your aunt's wedding. Do you have any conscience?" Zhao Yun's sarcastic smile deepened. "I say, grandmother, you're really interesting. What do you mean by I have no conscience?" "I'm just speaking the truth. For so many years, old Zhao's family didn't give me anything. Why do I need to help out? Besides, we've already separated from the family. Our third branch has nothing to do with the Zhao family. We're not obligated to help out." Hu Chunhua glared at Zhao Yun angrily. "Why are you so stingy?" "I'm stingy. How am I stingy? When my sister Ping held a wedding banquet, grandmother didn't reach out to help. Why do I have to help out when my aunt is holding a wedding banquet?" After being refuted by Zhao Yun, Hu Chunhua didn't know what to say for a moment. She regretted not intervening at that time. Otherwise, wouldn't she be able to refute Zhao Yun now? Yun, lass, you didn't call me over at that time. Hu Chunhua mumbled, somewhat lacking in confidence. Oh. Zhao Yun sneered and felt even more ironic. Indeed, only a thick-skinned person could say such words. How could an ordinary person have the nerve to say such words? Grandmother, Anyway, younger aunt married well, and they gave a lot of betrothal gifts. Later on, you can spend some money to hire a chef to help cook, can't you? How could Hu Chunhua be willing to spend this money? If she was willing, she wouldn't have come over to talk to Zhao Yun about this matter. She was even angered by Zhao Yun. Yun, lass, didn't the people in the village say that the food you cook is better than other chefs? If you cook, your aunt's wedding banquet will be more glorious. It's much better than hiring a chef. Hu Chunhua's eyes turned and continued to talk to Zhao Yun. Zhao Yun coldly glanced at Hu Chunhua. This old woman was really too difficult to deal with. Dealing with this kind of thick-skinned person was really beyond Zhao Yun's imagination. She had already clearly rejected Hu Chunhua. She didn't know what else Hu Chunhua wanted. Chapter 1144. But what? Hu Chunhua looked at Zhao Yun eagerly. No matter what, she still hoped that she could save that sum of money. Zhao Yun curled the corners of her mouth and said, "But Grandma, you have to pay me." "What? Pay you?" Hu Chunhua replied in a daze, her eyes wide open. She did not expect that Zhao Yun would actually talk to her about her salary. This girl actually had the nerve to ask for it. It was too much. If she really paid Zhao Yun then she would not be taking advantage of Zhao Yun at all. Instead, she would let Zhao Yun earn her money. That would not do. Hu Chunhua's calculations did not allow her to do that. Zhao Yun nodded and said, "Yes, Grandma." "Do you have to pay a chef to cook for you? Since you think that I can cook better than the chefs, then pay me and I'll cook for you." "But you said it yourself. Since I can cook better than the chefs, you naturally have to pay me more. Hiring a slightly better chef requires 1 or 2 taels of silver. You just have to pay me 2 taels of silver. When the time comes, I guarantee that the dishes at the banquet will be satisfactory." After Zhao Yun finished speaking, she looked at Hu Chunhua. The smile at the corner of her mouth was faintly discernible, but a trace of calculation flashed in her eyes. Based on her understanding of Hu Chunhua would definitely not be willing to spend this money. However, if Hu Chunhua was willing to pay her 2 taels of silver, she could help cook a meal. After all, there was no way to run the breakfast stall now. She would not let go of the opportunity to earn money for nothing. The amount of money Hu Chun had spent on food and accommodation made her heart ache. When Hu Chunhua heard this, she was even more stunned. "I say, Yun, girl, how can you be like this? Do I need to pay for my own banquet? If I gave you 2 taels of silver, why would I come looking for you? I might as well go out and find a chef." Hu Chunhua said angrily to Zhao Yun. She looked like she wanted to go forward and teach Zhao Yun a lesson. Zhao Yun shrugged, "Mother, if that's the case, then forget it. Grandmother, you can go out and find a cook. Anyway, if you don't give me 2 taels of silver, I won't help." You. Hu Chunhua glared at Zhao Yun, but she couldn't teach Zhao Yun a lesson. She could only be angry. Liang Jinchao watched from the side and frowned worriedly. Hu Chunhua vented her anger on Liang Jinchao. "I say, third daughter-in-law, why don't you tell your daughter that she can't even help? Is she still a member of old Zhao's family?" Liang Jinchao's face was bitter. What could she say? She couldn't do anything if Xiao Yuner didn't agree. She could only persuade Hu Chunhua, "Mother, Yuner is no longer a member of old Zhao's family. A married daughter is like spilled water. 3 years ago, Mother, you said that our old Zhao's family didn't have such a girl." When Liang Jinqiao said this, Hu Chunhua choked for a moment. She seemed to have said this sentence before. Zhao Yuner smiled sarcastically. Previously, those people who felt that Zhao Yuner was a disgrace to old Zhao's family had mocked the original owner. Now, when she needed help, she was pulled back to old Zhao's side. There were indeed enough shameless people in this world. Chapter 1145. Hu Chunhua snorted coldly and said, "Give 2 taels of silver to Yun. What wishful thinking. If I go out and hire a chef, I definitely won't spend 2 taels of silver." Zhao Yun said indifferently, "Grandmother, if that's the case, then go out and hire a chef. I didn't ask you to spend money to hire me." At this moment, Hu Chunhua's expression was abnormally ugly. Since Zhao Yun didn't agree, she couldn't force her and could only leave the 3rd branch's room in a huff. Now it seemed that she could only hire a chef. In any case, she didn't want Zhao Yun to take advantage of her. This little b*tch, when she had the chance, she would definitely teach her a lesson. She watched as Hu Chunhua left the 3rd branch's room. Only then did Zhao Yun feel that the air was much fresher. It was really annoying to have a disgusting person loitering around in front of her. Sigh, Liang Jinqiao sighed. Thinking that there were so many things going on at home, she felt a little worried. She wasn't like Zhao Yun. Sometimes, she couldn't put down her face and was embarrassed to reject Hu Chunhua. "Yun, I don't know if your sister Ping, will come over tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll have to make a trip to her place," Liang Jinqiao muttered. "Mother. If you want to go, then let youngest aunt go. Anyway, she's the one who's going to borrow the wedding dress. Why should you run errands?" Liang Jinqiao sighed. "Let's see if you have time tomorrow. If not, tell your youngest aunt and let her do it herself." "Okay, Mother. If there's nothing else, I'll go back first." "Okay, go ahead," Liang Jinqiao responded. Zhao Yun was anxious to go back. She wanted to go to the mountains to pick some tea leaves. If she could get more tea leaves, she could sell them earlier. She hoped that this method of earning money would work. On the other side, family Qin. The reason why Qin Yuan and Zhao Ping didn't go to old Zhao's house today was that Qin Yuan had fallen ill. After returning home from old Zhao's house, Qin Yuan was very sad. As a big man, he couldn't stop crying under the quilt. Not because of anything else, but because Zhao Xinhui was about to get married. Seeing the woman he loved getting married, he felt terrible, but there was nothing he could do. He couldn't stop it at all. Because he didn't have the ability, he was despised. Thinking of this, Qin Yuan had never felt so useless before. He was a man, but because of his lack of ability, he couldn't even fight for the woman he loved to be with him. When he thought about how he could only marry an ugly and stupid woman like Zhao Pinger, he felt even worse. He had to be capable and stand out among his peers. Thinking about it was one thing, but doing it was too difficult. It wasn't as if he hadn't thought about standing out before. His family's conditions were right here. His family didn't have the money to send him to school, even if he wanted to study and pass the imperial examinations. If he started studying now, it would already be over. Everyone else started studying from a young age. As for starting a business, he didn't have any connections, let alone capital. How could he make money like this? Qin Yuan lay on the bed. The more he thought about it, the more desperate he felt. Why was it like this? Could it be that his life was going to be like this? He couldn't accept it. He couldn't accept it. After crying for an entire night, Qin Yuan fell ill on the bed and couldn't get up the next day. Zhao Ping was very worried when she saw Qin Yuan like this. He stood beside Qin Yuan, greeting him here and there. "Big brother Yuan. How are you? Don't scare me." Zhao Ping asked with a frown. Chapter 1146. Qin Yuan frowned and said to Zhao Ping, "Get lost. Get lost. Get lost. Don't loiter in front of me." After saying that, Qin Yuan coughed violently because he was angry. When Zhao Ping saw that, she was so worried that she was about to cry. What exactly happened to her big brother Yuan? He was fine, but he fell sick. Although she knew that Qin Yuan was very sad because of her aunt's marriage, he couldn't be like this, right? This person fell sick to such an extent that he couldn't get out of bed. It was really too scary. Big brother Yuan. Zhao Ping pouted aggrievedly. She was clearly concerned about Qin Yuan, but Qin Yuan treated her so disdainfully, it would be a lie to say that she wasn't sad. She was already sad enough because of Qin Yuan's aunt's matter. However, she really liked Qin Yuan too much, so she couldn't be angry at Qin Yuan, let alone criticize Qin Yuan. After all, she was really too humble in front of Qin Yuan. She could only carefully flatter Qin Yuan. Otherwise, she was afraid that he would chase her away. In that case, she wouldn't even have the chance to stay by his side. "Zhao Ping, I don't want to see you. Get out of my room quickly." Qin Yuan berated. Zhao Ping originally wanted to continue saying something and wasn't willing to leave. However, when the Qin couple saw that, they hurriedly pulled Zhao Ping away. "Ping, girl, get out quickly. Don't agitate Yuan, Zhao Ping pouted and nodded aggrievedly. Mu Chunfang sighed and looked at the pale-faced and half-dead Qin Yuan on the bed. His heart ached terribly as he muttered, "Sigh, why did my Yuan become like this?" He was fine, but he fell sick. "Ping, girl, did you do something to Yuan, Mu Chunfang looked at Zhao Ping suspiciously. Other than Zhao Ping, the others didn't do anything to Qin Yuan at all. Could it be that this girl made Yuan angry in some way? Zhao Ping hurriedly waved her hand and said, "Mother, I didn't. I didn't do anything to big brother Yuan." However, Mu Chunfang didn't believe her. "Didn't? Why would Yuan be like this if he wasn't fine?" Zhao Ping grumbled aggrievedly, "Mother, I didn't. I didn't do anything to big brother Yuan." Mu Chunfang snorted lightly. "That's really strange. Why would my family's Yuan be like this?" "Mother, I really didn't." As Zhao Ping spoke, a trace of pain appeared in her eyes. Looking at Qin Yuan's half-dead appearance, she didn't know what to do. But she wasn't a doctor. She had no way to treat Qin Yuan. Mu Chunfang's eyes turned. He saw that Zhao Ping didn't seem to be lying. However, he felt that Zhao Ping definitely had something to do with it. Thinking about it, he felt that it might have something to do with what the man and woman did at night. These few days, the two of them had been tormenting each other fiercely at night. His Yuan's body wasn't very good to begin with. So after that torment every night, his body was hollowed out. That was why he fell sick and couldn't get out of bed. This was definitely because Zhao Ping asked Qin Yuan to do too much at night. Qin Yuan couldn't support his body. Mu Chunfang was furious when he thought of this. He glared at Zhao Ping fiercely. "You damn girl. Why did our family Qin marry such a shameless woman?" Chapter 1147. Was Mu Chunfang talking about her? But why did he have to say that about her? How was she shameless? Why did he have to scold her for no reason? Zhao Ping looked at Mu Chunfang in confusion. She asked Mu Chunfang, "Mother, are you scolding me?" The corners of Mu Chunfang's mouth twitched. He glared fiercely at Zhao Ping and said to Zhao Ping, "What do you think? Isn't that right? Who else is here for me to scold?" Zhao Ping pursed her lips. "Mother, why are you scolding me for no reason? I didn't do anything. How am I shameless?" After Zhao Ping replied, Mu Chunfang became even angrier. You lass. You're still not admitting it. Don't think that I don't know why our Yuan fell sick. It's all because of you. Mother. What did I do? I didn't do anything to Big Brother Yuan. Besides, Qin Yuan's illness was all because of her aunt, all right? If they were to talk about shamelessness, it should be her aunt. How could it be her? Zhao Ping was unconvinced and did not know what to say. Ping, lass, aren't you ashamed of dragging our Yuan to do those things every night? You don't know how to control yourself every day. Our Yuan fell sick because of you. Seriously, you just got married and you're already tormenting him day and night. You even tormented your own man until he fell sick in bed. Aren't you ashamed if this gets out? Tell me, why are your desires so strong? What right do you have to do this? After Mu Chunfang finished scolding, he blushed. After all, it was difficult to talk about this matter, so his face turned red for a moment. Zhao Ping was stunned by Mu Chunfang's scolding. Her face flushed. She knew what Mu Chunfang was referring to. But Qin Yuan clearly did not fall sick because of this. Mu Chunfang really knew how to overthink things. Mother. No. Big Brother Yuan didn't fall sick because of this. Zhao Ping defended herself. No, then tell me, what's the reason? Do you think my family's Yuan will fall ill? Mother. Mu Chunfang was furious. When she saw Zhao Ping she felt a little disgusted. She waved her hand at Zhao Ping and said, Go quickly. Call the village doctor over and let him take a good look at my family's Yuaner's illness. If anything major happens to my family's Yuaner, see if I skin you alive later. After Mu Chunfang finished speaking, Zhao Ping could only nod in agreement. She was afraid that if she disobeyed, she would make Mu Chunfang angry again. This was family Qin, not her own home. She didn't have the chance to be willful. Moreover, Qin Yuan couldn't lie on the bed like this. She had to call a doctor over to take a look. Okay. Let me go now. Just as she was about to leave, she suddenly thought of something and stopped in her tracks. Mu Chunfang asked impatiently, Why haven't you gone yet, lass? What are you waiting for? Zhao Ping muttered pitifully, Mother, I want to call a doctor, but I don't know where the village doctor lives. This wasn't Shuilan village. She had just married into this village and didn't know much about it. Mu Chunfang glared at Zhao Ping and said, Then tell me what else you can do. Chapter 1148. Qin Chuan was unwilling to be ordered by Mu Chunfang to accompany Zhao Ping, to call Dr. Sunday. Qin Chuan had a lot of opinions about Zhao Ping, He hated Zhao Ping whenever he saw her. He complained unhappily, Mother, I don't want to accompany the ugly monster. Why? Mu Chunfang looked at Qin Chuan in confusion. Qin Chuan continued, Mother, the ugly monster is ugly and stupid. She's also evil. I don't want to accompany her. Seeing Qin Chuan's unhappy expression, Mu Chunfang could only coax him, All right, Chuan, hurry up and go. Don't argue with her. Call Dr. Sun over. He still has to treat your brother Yuan, Look at your brother lying on the bed. He's already like this. Qin Chuan glanced at Qin Yuan on the bed. He was more concerned about this brother of his. After hesitating for a moment, Qin Chuan shouted. Mother, all right then, I'll go with the ugly freak. Mu Chunfang chuckled. Go, go. My Chuan is so obedient. Qin Chuan responded reluctantly. There was a trace of disdain in his eyes when he looked at Zhao Ping. Zhao Ping was almost angered to death by Qin Chuan. This Qin Chuan, if she had the chance, she would definitely teach him a lesson. How dare she despise him? She didn't even despise him. This fool has always been like this. The more she thought about it, the angrier Zhao Ping became. Seeing Zhao Ping in a daze, Qin Chuan shouted at Zhao Ping in disdain, ugly monster, what are you doing? Why aren't you following? Zhao Ping glared at Qin Chuan angrily, I'm coming, I'm coming. What are you shouting for? Ugly monster. Zhao Ping felt that if this continued, she would really go crazy from anger because of Qin Chuan. No one would be able to stand being chased by an idiot all day long and calling her ugly. Qin Chuan brought Zhao Ping to Dr. Sun's house. Then, he brought Dr. Sun over to check on Qin Yuan's illness. After reading it, Dr. Sun kept shaking his head, which made Mu Chunfang nervous. Dr. Sun, what illness does my family's Yuan have? What happened? Dr. Sun sighed and said, actually, it's not a serious illness. It's just that anger attacked the heart and caused the blood to surge. That's why it's such a serious illness. In the end, it's still a knot in my heart. If I don't untie this knot, it'll probably be hard for me to recover in a short period of time. Hearing Dr. Sun's words, Mu Chunfang immediately became anxious. Anger attacking the heart. A knot in your heart. What the hell is going on? Why was his Yuana like this? Dr. Sun nodded and said, yes, family Qin sister-in-law, your daughter's illness must have been caused by something. If the knot in his heart was not untied, it would not be enough to rely on medicine alone. Family Qin sister-in-law, did he suffer some kind of blow recently? Mu Chunfang thought for a moment. Blow? What kind of blow did my family's Yuan suffer? Mu Chunfang thought for a moment. Nothing happened at home. Unless it was because of Zhao Ping. Thinking back to the past, every time Qin Yuan and Zhao Ping were done, Bao would look very disgusted. Was it because Zhao Ping suddenly ate too much that he couldn't take it psychologically or physically? Was that why there was a knot in his heart and he couldn't get up? If that was the case, wouldn't it be because of Zhao Ping again? At the thought of this, Mu Chunfang gritted her teeth fiercely. Zhao Ping, that little b****, she would teach him a lesson later. Right now, her family's Yuan, was more important. Chapter 1149. Dr. Sun sighed again, I'll prescribe some medicine for him first, and then you can talk to him. He'll probably be much better after that. Let's give it a try first. I'll come back later to take a look. Mu Chunfang could only nod and agree, all right then, Dr. Sun, please prescribe my family's Yuaner's medicine first. He'll definitely be much better after taking some medicine. If this illness dragged on, she was afraid that Qin Yuan wouldn't be able to hold on. Mu Chunfang only had 2 sons, and the other one was still a fool, so the family could only count on Qin Yuan now. No matter what, nothing could happen to Qin Yuan. Dr. Sun nodded and said, all right, then I'll prescribe it for you. Ask your wife to come to my place to get the medicine later. Mu Chunfang nodded repeatedly, all right, Dr. Sunday. By the way, how much does this medicine cost in total? Mu Chunfang was most concerned about the issue of money. After all, under normal circumstances, it was expensive to see a doctor, and country people like them didn't have much money. Dr. Sun replied, 500 copper coins. When he heard Dr. Sun say 500 copper coins, Mu Chunfang couldn't help but let out an awe. It actually cost 500 copper coins just to get a few sets of medicine. Wasn't this too expensive? Dr. Sun, it's still 500 copper coins. Mu Chunfang asked. Her face was full of pain and her expression was very ugly. Dr. Sun responded faintly, 500 copper coins isn't much. This is the cost of my medicinal herbs. Since we're villagers, I've already given you a lot of discounts. If you think it's too expensive, you don't have to buy it. Mu Chunfang hurriedly said, No, how can I do that? Dr. Sun, I'm just saying. I don't mean anything. I still have to buy it. If that's the case, then pay first. I don't take credit here. You also know that there are too many people in the village who take credit. Everyone owes a lot. If this continues, I won't be able to see patients. Mu Chunfang's mouth twitched. All right, Dr. Sun, I'll go get it for you now. Dr. Sun replied indifferently. Mu Chunfang dug out 500 copper coins from the bottom of the wardrobe. When he handed it to Dr. Sun, his face was full of heartache and reluctance. But for the sake of Qin Yuan's illness, he had no choice but to pay. Losing 500 copper coins all of a sudden, she felt as if a piece of flesh had been dug out of her heart. It was extremely painful. After Dr. Sun left, Mu Chunfang sent Xiao Ping to get the medicine. In the end, only Mu Chunfang and Qin Yuan were left in the room. Mu Chunfang sat in front of Qin Yuan and said earnestly to Qin Yuan, Dr. Sun said that this is a knot in your heart. Tell mother what exactly is going on. Is it Ping Qin Yuan looked up at Mu Chunfang but did not answer. However, from Mu Chunfang's point of view, Qin Yuan had tacitly agreed. She sighed and said to Qin Yuan, Mother knows that you're not happy to marry Ping, but you don't have to be like this, right? Look at you, you're so angry that you're sick, but Ping is still alive and kicking. Qin Yuan opened his mouth weakly and said to Mu Chunfang, Mother, I don't want to see that woman Zhao Ping. Tell her not to walk around in front of me. As long as I don't see her, I'll definitely recover. Mu Chunfang said with a bitter face, Don't let her walk around in front of you. How can that be? Ping will sleep in the same room as you at night. She'll definitely see you. Then I'll sleep in your room. I just don't want to see her. Chapter 1150. This. I say, Yuan, wouldn't that mean that our whole family will be squeezed into one room? That's not convenient. Why don't we just let Ping, come over at night and not let him disturb you during the day? Mu Chunfang persuaded. Mother, I don't want to. I don't want to sleep in the same room as her. Let Qin Chuan sleep in the same room with her at night. That way, it won't be so cramped when you, father, and I sleep in the same room. Qin Yuan said, his attitude somewhat resolute. Mu Chunfang felt that this would not work, but he also thought that if he did not agree to Qin Yuan's request, Qin Yuan would probably not be able to resolve the knot in his heart. When that time came, his illness would not be cured, and the situation would be serious. Mu Chunfang could only sigh and say, Yuan, that's all we can do. But Yuan, you said that Chuan, and Zhao Ping, don't get along. Will he be unwilling? This was the problem that Mu Chunfang was worried about. After all, Qin Chuan's intelligence was abnormal, and they could not use normal methods to persuade him. If Qin Chuan was dead set on it, they could not do anything about it. Qin Yuan said, Mother, then think of a way. If it really doesn't work, then the three of us can only squeeze in the same room. Mu Chunfang sighed and said, all right, then mother will go and talk to him. Qin Yuan nodded. Zhao Ping went to Dr. Sun's place, and in a short while, she came back with the medicine. Mother, I brought the medicine back. Zhao Ping greeted Mu Chunfang. Go and brew the medicine since you brought it back. What are you still standing there for? Mu Chunfang replied with some displeasure. Zhao Ping looked at the medicine in her hand and shouted to Mu Chunfang again, Mother, I've never seen it before. Do you know how to brew medicine? When Mu Chunfang heard this, he wanted nothing more than to rush out and teach Zhao Ping a lesson. This girl really doesn't know anything. Could it be that he was counting on her to brew the medicine? If it was something else, she might have asked Zhao Ping to figure it out. However, she had spent 500 copper coins to get this medicine. She couldn't bear to give it to Zhao Ping casually and let Zhao Ping ruin it. After Mu Chunfang came out of the house, he took the medicine from Zhao Ping and glared at Zhao Ping. You wretched girl, you made your man sick, and now you don't even know how to brew medicine. I think you're useless except for eating shit. After being scolded by Mu Chunfang, Zhao Ping didn't feel good. What did he mean by she didn't know how to do anything other than eat shit? Hadn't she been cooking and washing clothes for the past 2 days? When he was in old Zhao's house, he didn't do this kind of work. Now, he was much more diligent in coming over, but he was still despised. Mother. Zhao Pinger looked at Mu Chunfang and blurted out, Mother, I'm not like what you said. Big brother Yuan, this illness wasn't caused by me. Why are you blaming everything on me? All right, don't say any more. Today's medicine cost 500 copper coins. Our family doesn't have much money, but we spent so much today. Mu Chunfang still felt the pinch when he thought about it. Finally, his gaze landed on Zhao Ping. Mother, why are you looking at me like that? Ping, girl, Yuan's illness was caused by you, so for this illness, you have to pay. Zhao Ping, was stunned by Mu Chunfang's words. Pay? She paid? Did she hear wrongly? Chapter 1151. Putting aside the fact that Qin Yuan's illness had nothing to do with her, it was all because of her youngest aunt. Even if it had something to do with her, she shouldn't have to fork out the money. She had already married into the family Qin, so wasn't she a member of the family Qin? Why should there be any distinction between you and me in a family? Zhao Ping's eyes turned, and she said to Mu Chunfang, Mother, where would I get the money from? Didn't my elder sister give you the dowry she brought over when she got married? When Zhao Ping got married, the money she brought over was what the third branch had agreed with the family Qin, which was a few taels of silver. In the countryside, the dowry was already considered very generous. Moreover, Zhao Yun's family had helped the family Qin a lot. Mu Chunfang snorted lightly and said, Didn't you only bring a few taels of silver? My Yuan suffered such a big loss marrying you, and that money is for our family as compensation. Don't tell me you're still thinking about it. Zhao Ping hurriedly waved her hand and said, Mother, I didn't say that I'm thinking about it. It's just that, you shouldn't let me take the 500 copper coins for the medicine. After all, I don't have any money. If I did have money, I would have given it to you too. Mu Chunfang said with a cold face, You don't have money, but your maternal family does. I say, Ping, girl, hurry and go to your maternal family to ask for some money. Other than the 500 copper coins for the medicine, you need to ask for another 500 copper coins. This way, you can buy some good food for your man to nourish his body. After such a serious illness, you definitely need to buy some good food to nourish his body. Otherwise, how can it be done? Zhao Ping's face showed a trace of difficulty. Ask her maternal family for money. And one tael of silver at once. Even if she had the nerve to ask, her parents might not necessarily give it to her. After all, they had just settled their marriage and spent a lot of money. Adding on her dowry, they probably didn't have much money left. Mother, this isn't a good idea, is it? Zhao Ping asked weakly. After asking, she saw Mu Chuanfang's face darkened. Not good. What's wrong with that? You are doing this for your husband, not for us. But I don't think my parents will give it to me. As soon as Zhao Ping finished speaking, Mu Chunfang started scolding her. You don't know how to give it to me. Why not? Your family is so rich. What's wrong with giving more money to your daughter? I think it's you who doesn't have any ability. I don't know what use I have for you. It's fine if you can't do the chores at home, but you can't even ask for money. Zhao Ping was scolded badly by Mu Chun. She could only reply, Mother. All right then, I'll go back and ask for it. If you can't get it, then there's nothing I can do. Hearing Zhao Ping's words, Mu Chuanfang's expression softened a little. All right then, go and ask for it. Anyway, try your best to get it back for me. Zhao Ping replied weakly, Mother, I'll try. I'll try my best. It was getting late, so Zhao Ping wanted to wait until the next day to ask for it. Today, she would serve Qin Yuan well. She didn't want Qin Yuan's condition to worsen. If Qin Yuan died, then she would become a widow. She had finally married him, and she hadn't even enjoyed the feeling of a man for a few times. If he died just like that, she wouldn't be able to accept it. After Mu Chunfang decocted Qin Yuan's medicine, he moved Qin Yuan into his room. Chapter 1152. Mu Chunfang said with a cold face, Yuan said that he doesn't want to see you, so let's move to another room for him. Otherwise, who knows when he'll recover from his illness. Zhao Ping frowned, but Mother, that's not very good. Then all of you will be squeezed into one room. It's better to let Brother Yuan sleep in the same room as me. When Mu Chunfang heard Zhao Ping's words, she glanced at Zhao Ping with some disdain. She knew very well what this little b*tch was scheming. If her Yuan and Zhao Ping continued to sleep in the same room at night, she reckoned that Zhao Ping would torment her Yuan half to death again. If that happened, not only would Yuan not recover from his illness, but he would also lose his life. No matter what, for the sake of Qin Yuan's safety, it was better to go along with the Qin Yuan's wishes and move to another room. Zhao Ping was frightened by Mu Chuanfang's glare. Her mother was too much. She didn't even do anything. Wasn't this for the sake of Qin Yuan? There's no need. Yuan has said that he doesn't want to sleep in the same room as you. But you're right. It's not good for the few of us to squeeze in the same room, so let Chuan sleep with you tonight. When she heard Mu Chunfang say that she wanted Qin Chuan to sleep in the same room as her, Zhao Ping couldn't stay calm anymore. What? Let Qin Chuan sleep with me. She didn't want that. No matter what, she couldn't sleep in the same room as a fool at night. Mu Chunfang was too much. She didn't know what Mu Chunfang was thinking and what she was planning. Seeing Zhao Ping making a fuss, Mu Chunfang frowned unhappily. Yes, let Chuan sleep with you tonight. Can't you do that? Mother. How can I sleep with him? Zhao Ping's brows were tightly knitted together, and her face was full of reluctance. Mu Chunfang snorted. Why can't we sleep together? You and Chuan are family, not outsiders. On the surface, Mu Chunfang said it as a matter of course, but in his heart, he knew that it shouldn't be like this. If others knew that her Chuan was sleeping with her sister-in-law, they would definitely be scolded. But she had her own plans. In the future, he planned to put Zhao Ping and Qin Chuan together. Therefore, there was nothing wrong with letting Zhao Ping and Qin Chuan sleep in the same room. Mother. I just don't think it's a good idea. Why are you so talkative? If you don't want to sleep, go to the cowshed alone and let Chuan sleep in the room alone. Zhao Ping had no choice but to agree. Mother, then I'll sleep in the same room with him, but I'm sure he won't want to sleep in the same room with me. In any case, she couldn't sleep in the cowshed. It was so dirty inside. How could she sleep in there? Besides, even if Mu Chunfang persuaded her, he might not be able to convince Qin Chuan. After all, Qin Chuan and her were enemies. He definitely wouldn't agree so easily. As long as Qin Chuan didn't agree, Mu Chunfang wouldn't force him. Mu Chunfang said indifferently, I'll talk to him about this. You don't have to worry. Zhao Ping replied weakly, but in her heart, she prayed that Qin Chuan wouldn't agree. Otherwise, who knew what would happen if she slept with a fool at night? After convincing Zhao Ping, Mu Chunfang started nagging Qin Chuan again. Chapter 1153. Mother, I don't want to sleep in the same room as an ugly freak. I want to sleep with all of you. Mother, I feel like vomiting whenever I see an ugly freak. How can you do this? I don't care. I will never sleep in the same room as an ugly freak. Qin Chuan's attitude was firm. Mu Chunfang knew that she could not force Qin Chuan. She could only coax Qin Chuan. Fortunately, she was Qin Chuan's mother and knew Qin Chuan's character. Although Qin Chuan was a little silly, it was not like he did not know any logic. Hence, Mu Chunfang gently said to Qin Chuan, Chuan, actually, mother doesn't want you to sleep in the same room as Ping, But look, your little brother Yuan, is sick. When Qin Chuan heard Mu Chunfang's words, he nodded, that's right, mother. I know that little brother is sick, but so what? Why do I have to sleep in the same room as an ugly freak? Mu Chunfang sighed, Chuan, you've seen it for yourself. Your little brother Yuan, is sick, so he can't help you teach Ping, a lesson. He's been helping you teach her a lesson for the past few nights. Don't you hate her? Now that your little brother Yuan can't help you teach her a lesson, you can do it yourself tonight. After hearing Mu Chunfang's words, Qin Chuan fell into deep thought. He felt that what Mu Chunfang said made sense. This. Mother. I think so. Little brother Yuan, is sick now, so he can't help me teach her a lesson. I'll do it myself. Qin Chuan's brows knitted together. After thinking for a while, he said this to Mu Chunfang. Seeing that Qin Chuan had agreed, Mu Chunfang finally heaved a sigh of relief. All right then. Chuan, you will sleep with Ping, tonight. Qin Chuan nodded, yes, mother. When Mu Chunfang saw that Qin Chuan was persuaded so easily, she could not stop smiling. At the end of the day, his son was too silly. He was so naive that he was easily coaxed by others after a few words. Oh right, Chuan, do you still remember how your little brother Yuan, bullied that ugly freak? Mu Chunfang asked nervously. Qin Chuan's eyes darted around as he nodded at Mu Chunfang. Mother, I still remember. Mu Chunfang laughed and said, it's good that you remember. At night, just do what your Yuan younger brother did before. Qin Chuan nodded. If you let me know, I'll definitely teach that ugly monster a lesson tonight. Good. Yuan, do your best. You must torment Zhao Ping until she listens to you, Mu Chunfang exhorted. In her heart, she reckoned that if Qin Chuan did something to Xiao Ping would probably resist. At that time, this matter would not be able to be accomplished. In her heart, she still hoped that this matter would succeed. After all, her Chuan also needed to have a child and a descendant. Qin Chuan nodded repeatedly and said, "Mother, I understand. If that ugly freak doesn't listen to me, I'll teach her a lesson with my fists. Yes, in any case, I have to torment her. Yes, yes. Mother, don't worry. I can definitely do it." That's good. When Xiao Ping heard that Qin Chuan was actually willing to share a room with her, she was rather surprised. Didn't this fool hate her? Why was he so easily persuaded by Mu Chunfang on this matter? Chapter 1154. She vaguely felt that nothing good was going to happen. As expected, Xiao Ping only found out what had happened at night. After the two of them entered the house together, Xiao Ping originally planned to sleep alone at night, but Qin Chuan suddenly pounced on her. Xiao Ping screamed in fright and scolded Qin Chuan, "You fool, what are you doing? Are you crazy?" Qin Chuan's face was cold as he said to Xiao Ping, "Ugly freak, I'm going to bully you like my little brother Yuan, Xiao Ping was baffled when she heard that. "Bully? What bully? You fool, what are you trying to do? Hurry up and get lost, or else I won't be polite to you." Just as Xiao Ping finished speaking, she saw Qin Chuan suddenly rush over and push her down on the bed. Xiao Ping screamed even louder, "You fool, not only are you stupid, but you're also crazy now. Get lost, hurry up and get lost." However, Qin Chuan did not listen to Xiao Ping's words at all as he continued what he was doing. Qin Chuan rudely pulled down Xiao Ping's clothes. Xiao Ping was stunned. She did not understand what Qin Chuan was doing. You. Xiao Ping stuttered in shock, unable to speak for a moment. Then she shouted at the next room, "Big brother Yuan, father, mother, Qin Chuan is crazy. Hurry up and help me. Help me drag him away." Xiao Ping's voice was very loud. Mu Chunfang and Qin Dahai, who were in the next room, naturally heard it. Qin Dahai frowned and was about to get up to take a look, but he was pulled back by Mu Chunfang. Qin Dahai looked at Mu Chunfang with a puzzled expression and said, "Yuan's mother, why are you pulling me back? Didn't you hear the commotion in the next room? It was as if something bad had happened. Could it be that Chuan has gone crazy and really attacked Ping?" Seeing Qin Dahai's anxious face, Mu Chunfang laughed, making Qin Dahai even more confused. "Yuan's mother, what's going on? What are you laughing at?" Mu Chunfang smiled and waved his hand. It's nothing. It's just Yuan's father. You don't have to look at what's going on in the next room. Nothing happened." Qin Dahai furrowed his brows. Why is nothing happening? Ping is clearly screaming so loudly. Let's go and take a look. What if something big happened? Mu Chunfang had no choice but to pull Qin Dahai aside and tell him everything that had happened from the beginning to the end. After Qin Dahai heard this, he blinked and said to Mu Chunfang, "How could you do such a thing?" Mu Chunfang smiled. "We can't do it. Anyway, it's just a matter of time. What's done now is done." Qin Dahai sighed and said, "All right then. Anyway, I have nothing to say. I'm just afraid that Ping will take things too hard after this." Mu Chunfang snorted and said, "Take things too hard? What's there to take things too hard for that girl? She's so ugly. It's already good that Chuan is willing to do her. Otherwise, no one would be willing to do it." She can feel good on her own. Don't tell me she's going to blame my Chuan her. Qin Dahai didn't know what Mu Chuanfang's logic was, but being pulled by Mu Chunfang, it was better to let Mu Chunfang do as he wished. Chapter 1155. Since family Qin was doing it on purpose, it was useless no matter how much she shouted. In any case, no one would pay attention to her even if she screamed at the top of her lungs. At this moment, Qin Chuan had already pulled off Zhao Ping's clothes. He also quickly took off his clothes. Although Qin Chuan was stupid, he was quite good at learning and imitating. After seeing Qin Yuan do it once, he had roughly figured out how to do it. Zhao Ping was naked and felt a little cold. She glanced at herself and then at Qin Chuan. Qin Chuan's thing was still swaying in front of her. After taking a look, Zhao Ping suddenly felt her throat dry up, and her body began to react. Especially after she came into contact with Qin Chuan. Even if Qin Chuan was a fool, he was still a normal man. It felt the same as doing that to him. For a moment, Zhao Ping forgot to resist. Qin Yuan didn't delay either. His thing below mimicked Qin Chuan and pushed into Zhao Ping. The moment he entered, both of their bodies couldn't help but tremble. Qin Chuan felt a sense of comfort that he had never felt before. Qin Chuan was puzzled. Why did he feel so comfortable when he entered Zhao Ping? Qin Chuan mimicked Qin Yuan's actions and entered and exited Zhao Ping's body with more force. He didn't do it on purpose. He did it subconsciously. As for Zhao Ping, she originally wanted to resist, but after she felt comfortable, she decided not to. Instead, she started moaning and moaning, just like when she was doing it with Qin Yuan. For some reason, perhaps it was because Qin Chuan's body was stronger than Qin Yuan's. Therefore, Zhao Ping felt more comfortable doing it with Qin Chuan. Qin Chuan was very satisfied when he heard Zhao Ping moaning. He thought that Zhao Ping was crying out in pain because she was being bullied by him. Mu Chunfang and Qin Dahai, who were in the room next door, didn't fall asleep. They stayed awake and listened. After listening to the commotion, Mu Chunfang snorted lightly. Yuan-er's father, I say, look at that last Ping-er. How could she take things too hard? She's probably feeling great right now. It was precisely because of Zhao Ping's performance that Mu Chunfang was certain that Zhao Ping was very promiscuous and liked to be toyed with by men. She didn't reject anyone. But now, if his Chuan, Zhao Ping, in the future, she would give birth to his Chuan's child. When the time came, even her Chuan could have a descendant, then the Qin family could be said to be complete. Thinking of this thought, Mu Chuanfang's his father's. Qin Dahai sighed and said, if that's the case, then it's fine. As long as Ping is willing, it's fine. When the time comes, you can't blame us. Of course. I think not only will he not blame us, he will even thank us. Sigh, alright, let's sleep too. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Okay. The two of them crawled under the blanket and began to rest. The next morning, Zhao Ping was so tired that she couldn't get up. Compared to Qin Yuan, she felt more tired. Because Qin Chuan's body was much stronger than Qin Yuan's. Last night, she had been tormented for half the night. When she woke up in the morning, her eyes were so tired that she couldn't open them. On the other hand, Qin Chuan didn't feel anything. He woke up early in the morning. Chapter 1156. Qin Chuan was in a good state. He replied to Mu Chunfang, Mother, it's all right. Oh right, I bullied that ugly monster very badly last night. Mu Chunfang smiled and said, that's good, that's good. Oh right, Mother, that ugly monster screamed the entire night. I think she's in so much pain that she's lying in bed and can't get up. Mother, don't you think I'm amazing? Mu Chunfang was still smiling as she replied, amazing, amazing. Of course my Chuan is amazing. Thinking about the screams that night, Mu Chunfang couldn't stop smiling. She originally thought that Qin Chuan was just a fool and didn't know how to do that kind of thing. After all, he had only seen it once and had never personally practiced it. The result was beyond her expectations. Not only did Qin Chuan know how to do it, but he was also very good at it. From the looks of it, he was even better than her Yuan. Mother, I think I'm amazing too. Qin Chuan raised his chin proudly. Mu Chunfang smiled and said, then Yuan, are you still willing to sleep with that ugly monster tonight? Qin Chuan's eyes darted around, and he agreed without hesitation. Mother, let's sleep then. I'll bully that ugly monster again tonight. Oh right. Mother. Mu Chunfang looked at Qin Chuan in confusion and asked, what's wrong, Chuan? Mother, I don't know why, but I feel especially comfortable in that ugly monster's cave. When Qin Chuan said this, Mu Chunfang almost burst out laughing. His Chuan was too stupid, so he didn't understand this. Mu Chunfang couldn't explain anything to Qin Chuan. She only chuckled and said, actually, it's like this. If you do this, the man will feel comfortable while the woman will suffer. After hearing Mu Chunfang's words, Qin Chuan nodded thoughtfully. Mother, so that's how it is. Yes, that's how it is. Hee, mother, that's good. I'll bully that ugly monster again later. Okay. Mu Chunfang nodded repeatedly. On the other side, Shui Lan village. After Zhao Yun went back, she continued to go up the mountain to pick tea with Mulan and Mu Hin. The three of them returned after each of them had collected a basket full of herbs. Although the 3 baskets of tea leaves looked like a lot, they had shrunk quite a bit after being stir-fried. This time, he used a total of 7 to 8 caddies. In addition to the last batch, there were more than 10 caddies of tea leaves in a year. If he were to harvest more in the next 2 days, it should be enough. Take it to the county minister's office and let the county minister spread it out. When there was an order, he would go up the mountain to get some tea leaves. He was not in a hurry now. After returning home in the evening, Zhao Yun'er placed the stir-fried tea leaves on the table and made a cup of tea for Mu Lianfeng. The smell of the new tea was fragrant and pleasant. Mu Lianfeng took a sip. The fragrance of the tea overflowed and filled his mouth. After drinking it, Mu Lianfeng couldn't help but exclaim, Yun'er, not bad, delicious. Haha, then I'll leave some for you. I'll give the rest away. Sure. However, can this thing be sold? What do you think? Zhao Yun'er smiled and asked. I think it can be sold. But Yun'er, have you found a way? We have to find a way to sell this. Mu Lianfeng was a little puzzled. Yes, I found a way. The county minister helped me sell it to the people he knows. The people he knows are either rich or noble. It will definitely sell for a good price. Chapter 1157. Zhao Yun'er thought that something was wrong with Mu Lianfeng, so she hurriedly asked. Mu Lianfeng's lips twitched as he smiled at Zhao Yun'er and said, It's all because I'm too stupid. Why didn't I think of helping you promote it? The number of rich people I know isn't any less than the county deputy. As he spoke, Mu Lianfeng patted his head in frustration. Zhao Yun'er looked at Mu Lianfeng and chuckled. She was amused by Mu Lianfeng. Mu Lianfeng continued, Helianchen, that guy is very rich. If he drinks this tea, he will definitely like it. Yun'er, when the time comes, will sell it to him at a high price and make a huge profit from him. As Mu Lianfeng spoke, a trace of craftiness flashed across his eyes. Zhao Yun smiled helplessly. He really had the ability to cheat his friend. She wondered how Helianchen would feel after hearing Mu Lianfeng's words. At this moment, Helianchen, who was in Yang City, suddenly sneezed. After Helianchen sneezed, he wiped his nose and frowned slightly. He didn't know why, but he felt that his sneeze was a little strange, as if someone had said something behind his back. However, Helianchen didn't think too much about it. After Zhao Yun finished laughing, she said to Mu Lianfeng, "You don't have to cheat him. I'll set the price. When the time comes, he can buy as much as he wants." Mu Lianfeng then asked, "Yun, how should the price of this tea be set?" Zhao Yun thought for a moment. If the sales were good, it wouldn't hurt to set the price a little lower. However, she could only go to the mountains to pick tea now, and the amount she could pick every day was limited. In the future, when she bought the land, she could plant some tea leaves herself. The cost should be lower. Now the price is on the high-end route, plus his custom-made ceramics. Zhao Yun plans to set a price of 500 coins for one tael of tea. This caddy of tea was worth 5 taels of silver. If she could really sell it, then she would make a lot of money. Zhao Yun believed that for country people like them, 5 taels of silver for a caddy of tea was ridiculously expensive. But for the rich, they probably wouldn't care much. After he planted his own tea leaves, the price would drop because the cost would be much lower. Zhao Yun told Mu Lianfeng about the price she had thought of and asked Mu Lianfeng if he thought it was too expensive. After hearing this, Mu Lianfeng chuckled and said, "Yun, do you want me to tell the truth or lie?" Zhao Yun's heart tightened. Could it be that Mu Lianfeng also felt that the price was too high? "Of course I'm telling the truth," Zhao Yun replied. "Actually, for people like me and Helianchen, price doesn't mean much to us. As long as the item is good, we will buy it no matter how high the price is." After hearing Mu Lianfeng's words, Zhao Yun felt relieved. "Okay, that's okay. I'll set the price first." "Okay." Mu Lianfeng continued to sit and drink his tea leisurely. Zhao Yun continued to help Mu Lianfeng make shoes under the light. After Zhao Yun rushed to make, Mu Lianfeng's shoes were made. However, when Zhao Yun saw it, it really couldn't be brought out. It was fine that the shoes didn't look good, but the main thing was that one was big and one was small. It was a little asymmetrical. "Mu Lianfeng, the shoes are done. Do you want to try?" Zhao Yun hesitated for a moment, then handed the finished shoes to Mu Lianfeng. Chapter 1158. It did look a little ugly. The 2 shoes were not symmetrical, and it looked a little funny. However, although it was a little ugly, these were not important. What was important was that these shoes were made by Zhao Yun. The main thing was that Zhao Yun made them and he liked them. Mu Lianfeng smiled slightly and was about to take the shoes when Zhao Yun took the shoes back. "If you think it's ugly, then don't wear it. I'll ask Mulan to make a pair for you later." Haha, Mu Lianfeng laughed heartily, thinking that Zhao Yun's words were even more adorable. "It's not ugly. I like it." As Mu Lianfeng spoke, he directly snatched the shoes from Zhao Yun's hands. After hearing Mu Lianfeng's words, the corners of Zhao Yun's mouth could not help but twitch a little. When this guy started to lie, his face really didn't turn red and his heart didn't skip a beat. Zhao Yun knew that Mu Lianfeng was just saying this to comfort her. If it was from the bottom of his heart, then it could only be said that Mu Lianfeng was really blind. Zhao Yun stared nervously at the shoes in Mu Lianfeng's hands, waiting for him to put them on. After Mu Lianfeng put them on, he stared at the shoes and looked at them again. There was a hint of helplessness in his eyes. The beauty and ugliness of these shoes could be made do, but the size and elasticity could not be made do. After putting on the shoes made by Zhao Yun, Mu Lianfeng obviously felt that they were smaller. It was better if they were bigger, but the smaller ones were very inconvenient to wear. His thumb was squeezed until it hurt a little. If he wore these shoes and walked for a day, his foot would be crippled. Looking at the conflicted expression on Mu Lianfeng's face, Zhao Yun knew that it was definitely not possible. So she asked, "How is it? Don't you think it doesn't fit? How about you don't wear it? Or I can change it for you." After thinking for a moment, Mu Lianfeng said to Zhao Yun, Yun, you'd better change it for me. This foot is too small. It's a little tight on my foot." With that said, Mu Lianfeng took off the shoes. The corner of Zhao Yun's mouth smiled. Sure enough, if Mu Lianfeng could tolerate it, he probably would not say that. It seemed that the shoes she made did not fit well, which was why it was like this. Zhao Yun was afraid that she would not be able to change it well. At most, she would ask Mu to make another pair of them and give them to Mu Lianfeng. At that moment, Mu Lianfeng. She was useless. She could not make such a simple thing. Mu Lianfeng also saw the disappointment on Zhao Yun's face. He comforted Zhao Yun, it's just a shoe. If you don't want to make it, we can just buy it. It's not expensive anyway. Zhao Yun shook her head. It's not the same. How is it different? Of course it's different if you make it yourself and buy it. It's okay, Yun. Where do you have the time to study this every day? If you want to study it, you might as well study something else. Yun, you're so smart. You learn things very quickly. Zhao Yun felt a little better after being comforted by Mu Lianfeng. She nodded and replied, "Okay, I got it. Go to sleep. It's already very late." Mu Lianfeng said. "Okay." Zhao Yun nodded. She rubbed her sleepy eyes. She did not have to set up the breakfast stall these days, so she could rest well. However, Zhao Yun had not told Mu Lianfeng about the breakfast stall. If Mu Lianfeng knew about it, he would definitely pursue it. Chapter 1159. The other troublemakers had been handed over to the government office. She believed that the county magistrate would investigate it. Even if the county magistrate was really afraid of the power behind those ruffians, Zhao Yun felt that the man in yellow was not simple. With his help, she believed that the truth would come to light. Zhao Yun planned to send some tea leaves tomorrow and then inquire about the situation. After sleeping, Zhao Yun took the tea leaves to the county magistrate's mansion the next day. Zhao Yun had been here several times. Every time she came, the county magistrate's wife's attitude was very good. And the county magistrate's wife also told the guard to be careful. So Zhao Yun didn't report her arrival this time. She went in directly. Zhao Yun brought 10 kilograms of tea leaves. 3 kilograms of tea leaves were for Child Huang and 7 kilograms were for the county magistrate's wife. When she arrived at the county magistrate's mansion, the county magistrate's wife was doing something. Zhao Yun didn't find her immediately. She went to a yard and was about to wait for the county magistrate's wife to come out. Unexpectedly, she heard a sound of zither first. The zither was very pleasant. After listening to a piece of music, people were intoxicated. Zhao Yun was curious about who was playing the zither. Could it be the county magistrate's wife? After all, there were no other women in the county magistrate's mansion. If it was really the county magistrate's wife who was playing the zither, it seemed that the county magistrate's wife was multi-talented. It was beyond her expectation. After thinking about it carefully, it was normal. After all, the county magistrate's wife should be a daughter of a rich family. She should have learned zither, chess, calligraphy, painting and so on. Xiao Yun followed the sound of the zither. She thought that she would see the county magistrate's wife wearing a silk dress, sitting under the flowers and playing the zither. But she didn't expect that it was not the case. Instead, it was a man in purple. His long black hair was blown in the wind. Xiao Yun looked at it and sucked in a cold breath. It was Child Huang. This young Master Huang's appearance was indeed very good. Previously, when he was wearing a yellow robe, it did not show his temperament. Now that he was wearing a purple robe, coupled with his intoxicated expression while playing the zither, it was very pleasing to the eye. Xiao Yun was a little dazed as she watched. Xiao Yun only regained her senses after young Master Huang finished playing his song and the sound of the zither faded away. Young Master Huang's eyes were still closed, as if he hadn't walked out of it yet. Xiao Yun didn't want to disturb young Master Huang, so she stood aside and waited for young Master Huang to react. Otherwise, she really wanted to give him a good round of applause and praise him a little. Young Master Huang seemed to have thought of something and sighed softly. There was a trace of sadness on his face. When young Master Huang opened his eyes, he saw Xiao Yun standing not far away. Young Master Huang hurriedly concealed his emotions. When did Miss Yun arrive? Young Master Huang smiled and asked Xiao Yun. I just arrived. I was attracted by your zither music. After listening to your song, I didn't want to disturb you. Xiao Yun smiled and replied. Young Master Huang smiled and said, Miss Yun knows how to play the zither. Xiao Yun shook her head and said, I don't know. I just think it sounds good. Young Master Huang seemed to be a little disappointed. I see. Xiao Yun went forward and sat next to young Master Huang. She smiled and said, Young Master Huang, do you think you were playing the zither to a cow? Chapter 1160. Young Master Huang felt that Xiao Yun's words were very interesting. He paused for a moment before asking Xiao Yun, playing the zither to a cow. Miss Yun, what do you mean? Are you describing yourself as a cow? No, I'm just making an analogy. I'm not describing myself as a cow. What I mean is, you played to someone who doesn't understand music, so you're disappointed, right? After all, you wanted to find someone who understands you. Unfortunately, you didn't find anyone. Xiao Yun explained with a smile. Young Master Huang fell into deep thought. He didn't expect Xiao Yun to say such things to him. He looked at Xiao Yun with a trace of inquiry in his eyes. Xiao Yun saw that young Master Huang was looking at her. She smiled and said, Why, isn't it so? Young Master Huang reacted. He twitched the corner of his mouth and replied, Yes, it is. However, regardless of whether Miss Yun understands it or not, it's good that you like it. This young master can continue to play for you. Okay, Xiao Yun agreed readily. Ever since she transmigrated to ancient times, she didn't have any entertainment activities. She hadn't heard any songs from the 21st century. This time, she just wanted to let her ears enjoy it. After all, in her previous life, she did like things like classical music. Xiao Yun sat at the side and continued to play the zither. Other than being pleasant to the ears, Xiao Yun felt that the zither's master was helpless and a trace of melancholy. Xiao Yun didn't know if it was because of the music or because of the person playing the zither. In any case, after listening to it, one's heart felt stifled. Xiao Yun looked at young Master Huang again. She saw that his eyes were closed and there was no expression on his face. However, she felt a sense of loneliness that she had never felt before. Xiao Yun seemed to have heard the loneliness in young Master Huang's heart. His lips moved as he looked at young Master Huang. He wanted to say something, but in the end, he swallowed the words back into his stomach. Not wanting to disturb young Master Huang, he continued to listen to him play the guqin. Zhao Yuner had a trace of doubt in her heart. This man. Why did he feel lonely? Was it lonely at the top or? Zhao Yuner's heart skipped a beat. She looked at young Master Huang with surprise in her eyes. This person couldn't be the current emperor, right? Young Master Huang, Your Majesty, Zhao Yuner felt that this was very likely, considering the attitude of the county magistrate. Of course, this was only her guess. She wasn't completely sure. Perhaps young Master Huang was not the emperor, but a member of the royal family. Zhao Yuner felt that if it really was the emperor, he shouldn't be this young, right? Moreover, the emperor was busy every day. He definitely wouldn't have the time to come to Sun City. How was he the same as young Master Huang? After Zhao Yuner briefly eliminated the possibility in her heart, she felt that it shouldn't be. However, she still wanted to ask Mu Lianfeng later. If it really was him, she would have to be more respectful. If she could rely on him, she would definitely hug him tightly. After young Master Huang finished playing, Zhao Yuner applauded. Miss Yuner, what do you think? Young Master Huang asked. Zhao Yuner nodded, it's good. I said I don't know much about guqin. I just think it's good. Young Master Huang was amused by Zhao Yuner, as long as you think it's good. This young master rarely plays this song. Miss, you're the first person to hear it. Zhao Yuner seemed a little flattered, really? Of course. Chapter 1161. Miss Yuner is exaggerating. I don't think it's an honor. Haha, perhaps it was because someone was talking to him, but young Master Huang's mood improved. Perhaps it was because he was too lonely right now and wanted someone to talk to him. It was a little boring to play the zither alone. Zhao Yuner muttered, 10,000 taels of gold is easy to get, but a soulmate is hard to find. I feel that young Master Huang is missing someone who understands your guqin. After young Master Huang heard this, his body trembled slightly. He muttered Zhao Yuner's words. 10,000 taels of gold is easy to get, but a soulmate is hard to find. That's very apartment. If he could really find a soulmate, he would be willing to spend 10,000 taels of gold. However, that was not the case. Not to mention a soulmate, even finding someone who understood him was very difficult. After listening to Zhao Yuner's words, young Master Huang suddenly felt that since Zhao Yuner could say such words, it meant that Zhao Yuner understood him a little. Looking at Zhao Yuner in front of him, young Master Huang was puzzled. Was Zhao Yuner really just a little peasant woman? How could a peasant woman say such words? Moreover, Zhao Yuner's actions were completely unlike a peasant woman's. Young Master Huang had a whole new level of respect for Zhao Yuner now. This little peasant woman was truly a little special. Miss Yuner said it well. Young Master Huang clapped his hands and praised her. Zhao Yuner looked at young Master Huang with a puzzled expression. Well, what? Miss, you said it. I didn't expect you to be able to recite a poem so casually. That's really rare. Young Master Huang had never heard of the poem that Zhao Yuner recited, so he thought that it was an original poem by Zhao Yuner. Zhao Yuner smiled guiltily, this. Ha, young Master Huang, I only heard it from others. Is that so? Of course. Otherwise, do you think I came up with this poem myself? I don't have that ability. Ha! Young Master Huang laughed again. The two of them sat opposite each other and chatted casually. He didn't know why, but when he got along with Zhao Yuner, young Master Huang felt very relaxed. Although Zhao Yuner was a little peasant woman, she understood a lot of things he said. Moreover, in front of him, Zhao Yuner was not restrained at all. She was very relaxed and said whatever was on her mind. unlike many people who didn't speak the truth in front of him. After chatting for a while, Xiao Yun took out some tea leaves and handed them to young Master Huang. Young Master Huang received the tea leaves as if they were treasures. After Xiao Yun said that he could buy tea from her, young Master Huang immediately ordered 10 caddies of tea. 10 caddies of tea leaves was already quite a lot. Young Master Huang was afraid that he wouldn't be able to bring any more back. If he wanted to drink more tea in the future, he would go to Xiao Yun'er's shop and buy some for himself. When the county deputy's wife heard that Xiao Yun'er was here, she came to look for her. She saw that Xiao Yun'er and young Master Huang were chatting happily. The county deputy's wife also heard that Xiao Yun'er's stall was smashed in the morning yesterday. The county deputy's wife urged the county deputy to help her to find out who had ordered these people and who was behind them. How could they be so unscrupulous? When she saw Xiao Yun'er, she first comforted her and then promised that she would take care of this matter. Chapter 1162. If a deputy county magistrate couldn't even handle such a small matter, he was useless. At this moment, the deputy county magistrate was interrogating in the government office and would be back soon. If he got something, he would definitely tell them. At 10:00 in the morning, the deputy county magistrate really came back. Seeing the deputy county magistrate frowning with a worried face, the deputy county magistrate's wife stepped forward. The deputy county magistrate's wife went forward and asked, "Sir, how is it? Did you get anything out of him?" The deputy county magistrate sighed slightly and said, "Alas. I was wondering why these people were so arrogant. I really don't dare to offend the power behind them." The deputy county magistrate looked at young Master Huang and hesitated. He didn't know whether he should say it or not. Young Master Huang raised his eyebrows and looked at the deputy county magistrate. "If you have something to say, just say it. You don't have to hide who it is." The deputy county magistrate hesitated for a while. Finally, he went to young Master Huang and said weakly, "Young Master, the person behind these people is our imperial uncle. Imperial concubine Hua's father." The deputy county magistrate didn't want to say it. After all, imperial concubine Hua was the emperor's favorite concubine. If he offended imperial concubine Hua, it would be difficult for him to keep his official position. Besides, the emperor loved imperial concubine Hua so much. Who knew if he would do something to give up his principles for imperial concubine Hua? Anyway, he tried his best not to offend people and just kept his official position. When the deputy county magistrate mentioned the imperial uncle and imperial concubine Hua, young Master Huang's eyes turned cold for a moment. His eyes darkened. No one knew what he was thinking, but his expression didn't look good. The deputy county magistrate asked nervously, "Young Master Huang, how should we punish these people? Are we going to offend the imperial uncle and imperial concubine Hua?" Young Master Huang's lips curled into a cold smile. When the emperor breaks the law, he should be punished the same as the commoners. But these people, relying on the support of the imperial uncle and imperial consort Hua, really dared to do whatever they wanted. The county magistrate can punish you in any way he wants. If anyone dares to touch your official position, I'd like to see if it's suitable to go against me. Hearing young Master Huang's words, the county magistrate was slightly relieved. Since young Master Huang said so, I will punish them according to the crime of stirring up trouble. I will also make them compensate for Miss Yun'er's loss. Young Master Huang nodded and replied, "All right, let's do it then." "Yes." Xiao Yun'er listened from the side, and her heart was even more confused. Imperial uncle, imperial consort Hua. These people sounded like they had some background. No wonder these hooligans were so rampant. It turned out that there were still high-ranking officials in the capital to rely on. They were indeed much more powerful than the county magistrate. Even Mu Lianfeng would not dare to provoke them, given his status as the heir of the crown prince. Zhao Yun'er still couldn't understand. He was doing his business well. How did he provoke these big shots? Zhao Yun'er asked the county deputy. My lord, do you know who ordered them to smash my stall? How could big shots like the imperial uncle and imperial concubine Hua deal with her personally? It was so far away from the capital. They probably didn't even know who she was. The county magistrate frowned and said to Zhao Yun'er that, Miss Yun'er, it's strange. They insisted that they were not ordered by anyone, but what? Chapter 1163. After the county magistrate finished speaking, he seemed to be deep in thought. The county magistrate's wife was shocked. None of them could figure out why a big shot like imperial concubine Hua would do something to a little peasant woman. Maybe these people said it on purpose so that they wouldn't tell her who was behind it. If these people didn't say anything, they wouldn't be able to force the information out of them. After young Master Huang heard it, a complicated look flashed in his eyes. Imperial concubine Hua. It seemed that she was very carefree in the palace. She even interfered with things outside the palace. If he didn't come out this time, he probably wouldn't know a lot of things. I see. Thank you, County Magistrate, for helping me. By the way, I brought a lot of tea leaves today. When it came to tea leaves, the atmosphere became much better. Everyone looked at Zhao Yun'er. The county magistrate seemed to be very happy. He promised Zhao Yun that he would send out all the tea leaves tomorrow so that Zhao Yun could promote them. After staying in the county magistrate's office for a while, Zhao Yun'er went back. No one came down for lunch. On the way back, Zhao Yun was lost in thought. If, as the county magistrate said, she offended a big shot like imperial concubine Hua, then it would be really bad. Mu Lianfeng's identity as the heir of the crown prince couldn't help her. Zhao Yun'er went back home worriedly. This time, when she went to the third branch, she found that Zhao Ping'er was back. The two of them came back at the same time. However, this time, Zhao Ping'er didn't come back with Qin Yuan. Seeing that Zhao Ping'er was back, Liang Jinqiao asked, Ping'er, why did you come back today? Hearing Liang Jinqiao's tone, Zhao Ping'er thought that Liang Jinqiao didn't want her to come back. She curled her lips and replied, Mother, I just came back. Why did you ask? Liang Jinqiao pursed her lips and said, You child, I'm just asking out of concern. How can a married daughter come back home so often? Did something happen? Ping'er, could it be that your in-laws bullied you? Speaking of this, Zhao Ping'er felt depressed. Her in-laws bullied her, that was for sure. Not only Qin Yuan, Mu Chunfang, Qin Dehai, and that fool Qin Chuan also bullied her. Zhao Ping'er couldn't say this to Liang Jinqiao. She was the one who wanted to marry Qin Yuan. Now, she wanted to continue living with Qin Yuan. She then said to Liang Jinqiao, No, mother, it's big brother Yuan who's sick. He's lying on the bed and can't move. How did he fall sick? Wasn't he fine when I saw him? Zhao Ping looked aggrieved and said, Mother, it's all because of Auntie. It's all Auntie's fault. She caused brother Yuan to fall sick. Liang Jinqiao was silent for a moment. Thinking about what happened that day, Qin Yuan was indeed too agitated. Then he fell sick when he went back. Liang Jinqiao heard that under normal circumstances, people would fall sick easily when they suffered a blow. Hearing Zhao Ping'er's description, Qin Yuan must have suffered quite a blow. If it was because of Zhao Ping'er, then so be it. But it had to be because of Zhao Xinhui. Liang Jinqiao sighed in his heart. Hey, Ping'er, how is that child, Qin Yuan? The doctor has already prescribed some medicine. I don't know when he'll recover. Chapter 1164. Mother, I know. It's useless even if I'm worried. Sigh. Alright, don't say any more. Ping, quickly go in and have a seat in the house. You must be tired after such a long journey, right? Liang Jinchao greeted Zhao Ping, Zhao Ping, responded and dawdled into the third branch's house. She sat down and poured herself a cup of water. Now, she only felt that she was living much more comfortably at home. Her mother would feel sorry for her. When she was in the family Qin, there was nothing but work. How would the family Qin know how to feel sorry for her? It was a pity that she had already married over and her good days in the third branch were all gone. Ping, you rest first. Mother will go and cook. I guarantee that I'll make something delicious for you. Liang Jinchao felt sorry for Zhao Ping, and thought that her daughter was really pitiful. She had only been married for a few days, but she was already haggard and had lost a lot of weight. Looking at her like this really made one's heart ache. What women were most afraid of was their in-laws making things difficult for them and not living well. Now, she could only do her best to help Zhao Ping, and that was to ensure that Zhao Ping, could eat and drink well when she returned to her parents' house. Zhao Ping, suddenly called out to Liang Jinchao. Mother, I have something to discuss with you. Seeing Zhao Ping's hesitant look, Liang Jinchao smiled. Could it be that you have something that you're too embarrassed to say? Just say it in front of Mother. Mother. My mother-in-law said that Big Brother Yuan is sick because of me, so she wants me to fork out the money and give him some money to nourish his body. That's why she asked me to come over and ask you for 1 tael of silver. After Zhao Ping, finished speaking, she also looked at Liang Jinchao with a conflicted look. Liang Jinchao gasped. Ping, did your mother-in-law really say that? Zhao Ping nodded. Mother, my dowry has already been handed over to her. How can I have any money in my hands? I said I wasn't going to ask you for it, but I was scolded. Liang Jinchao sighed and said, Sigh, Ping, how can you do that? To be able to say such words, he really wasn't human and wasn't kind at all. Looking at Zhao Ping's aggrieved expression, Liang Jinchao knew that if he did not give her the silver tael, Xiao Yun would definitely be displeased by her family Qin when she returned home. Then, the one who would suffer would be Zhao Ping. Just as Liang Jinchao was about to compromise, Xiao Yun heard the conversation and walked in angrily. She said to Liang Jinchao, Mother, you can't give them 1 tael of silver. They're obviously trying to rip us off. What do you think our family is? Even if we have gold and silver mines, we won't be able to withstand such torment, right? Liang Jinchao sighed. Yuner, tell me, what should we do now? If we don't give them the silver tael, Ping will have to suffer again when she returns home. Liang Jinchao's heart ached for Zhao Ping, but Zhao Yuner did not feel any heartache. No matter how miserable Zhao Ping's life was, it had nothing to do with her. On the contrary, Zhao Yuner felt that she deserved it. Isn't Sister Ping, very imposing when she's at home? Why is it different when she's at her in-laws? Is she being bullied all day long? Zhao Yuner replied sarcastically. Zhao Ping glared at Zhao Yuner angrily and was about to hit her. Zhao Yuner chuckled and said, Look, you're quite capable of dealing with me. If you use this boldness on your family Qin, don't tell me you're being bullied by your family Qin. Chapter 1165. When Liang Jinchao saw this, he instantly panicked and pulled Zhao Yun. Alright, Yun, don't say any more. Ping is also pitiful. The cold smile at the corner of Zhao Yun's mouth did not run away. Pitiful, it would be strange if this woman, Zhao Ping, was pitiful. In the end, wasn't it all caused by being too cowardly? Qin Yuan's appearance was as if only Zhao Ping treasured it. It was precisely because she lowered herself that she was trampled on by others. As for Zhao Ping, no matter how she was bullied, Zhao Yun's heart did not waver at all. Boo-hoo, Mom, Zhao Yun bullied me. Look at what she said. Mom, she just can't wait to see me lead a bad life. Liang Jinchao kept comforting her. All right. Ping, don't cry anymore. Yun didn't mean it that way. But what Yun has said is not without reason. You said that you are very formidable at home. Why is it like this at your in-laws' house? Mom. Zhao Ping wiped the tears at the corner of her eyes. If I don't listen, Big Brother Yuan will definitely divorce me. Sigh. Liang Jinchao sighed and said to Zhao Ping, but your in-law's request is indeed a little too much. How can our family take out this tale of silver? And Ping, lass. Let Mom tell you, Yun's breakfast stall was smashed. Our family's days are not too good either. I'm afraid that our finances will be very tight in the future. Hearing that Zhao Yun's breakfast stall was smashed, Zhao Ping instantly stopped crying. Mom, what did you say? Yun's breakfast stall was smashed. Liang Jinchao nodded. Yes, it was smashed yesterday. Zhao Ping rolled her eyes as if she had thought of something. Not only was she no longer sad, she was even a little happy, as if she was rejoicing in his misfortune. Zhao Ping was really happy. If he smashed it well, he should smash it all. Who asked Zhao Yun to treat her like this? Mother, do you mean that you can't take out one tael of silver? Zhao Ping asked. It's not that I can't afford it. If I give it to you, what will we have in the future? We can't possibly subsidize the family qin, right? It was rare for Zhao Ping to be so sensible. Well, Mother, I won't let you take it. Ping, what are you going to do when you go back? I have my own way. Zhao Ping suddenly thought of something. But, Mother, you have to promise me one thing. Zhao Ping said mysteriously, as if she had sold a lawsuit. Liang Jinchao looked at Zhao Ping in confusion. Ping, if there's anything you need, just tell me. If I can help you, I will definitely help you. Zhao Ping looked at Zhao Yun who was standing in front of her, and chose to move closer to Liang Jinchao's ear. She secretly whispered a few words, but Zhao Yun did not hear it. She even deliberately hid it from her. Zhao Yun frowned slightly, thinking that it was definitely not something good. After Liang Jinchao heard it, he thought for a while and felt that it was not a big problem, so he nodded in agreement. Zhao Ping was in a good mood and did not continue to make a fuss. Instead, she sat quietly in the room. Zhao Yun and Liang Jinchao went to the kitchen and started cooking. Zhao Yun asked Liang Jinchao curiously, Mother, what did Sister Ping ask you to do? Actually, it's nothing. She just asked me to teach her some things. Liang Jinchao said vaguely. Zhao Yun felt that it was not that simple. Chapter 1166. Zhao Yun was now begging in her heart. Her mother must not be stupid. Don't be deceived by Zhao Ping again and do something. After all, Zhao Ping had caused a lot of trouble for her family. The mother and daughter pair finished cooking and called out to everyone to eat. Zhao Ping had suffered for less than 2 days at the family qin center. When she returned home, she was like a beggar who had not eaten for 8 lifetimes, constantly stuffing food into her mouth. When Liang Jinchao saw this, she sighed and felt sorry for her. As her mother, she did not know what to do. She thought to herself that although her daughter was married, she was living a miserable life in her in-laws' house. It was really hard. However, it was not a problem for her not to get married. If a grown girl did not get married and stayed at home, she would only be nagged by others. Although Zhao Wenhua and Liang Jinchao did not say anything, Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui were talkative. When they saw that Zhao Ping had returned to her maiden home, they did not say anything. In fact, this had nothing to do with them. However, they could not stand Zhao Ping's behavior. When Zhao Ping came back, she liked to sit at the table. Whenever there was good food on the table, she would put it into her bowl and did not give it to anyone else. It was not easy for these men to do their work. They could not let Zhao Ping take most of the food before they could eat much. Liang Jinchao said to Liang Jinchao, "I say, eldest sister, it's not that I want to criticize you, but how can you let Ping come back to her maiden home from time to time? It's said that a married daughter is like spilled water. Since Ping is married, she should stay at her in-laws' house and not go back to her maiden home every few days. How can there be such a rule?" Liang Jinhui followed up and said, "Isn't that so? She comes back and sits at the table. She's already married and not a child. How can she not know the rules at all? If word gets out, the Liang family will lose face." Liang Jinchao was a little embarrassed by Liang Jinhui and Liang Jinshuan's words. Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui couldn't be blamed for saying that. Daughters who were married out of the family weren't like Zhao Ping, who would run back to her parents' home from time to time. When she married into old Zhao's family, she couldn't go back even once for half a year. This Ping wants to come back, I can't stop her. So, this is your problem, eldest sister. If you manage it well, will this girl be able to come back? This. Liang Jinchao didn't know what to say. If she told Zhao Pinger not to run back to her parents' house for no reason, she reckoned that Zhao Pinger would overthink. Now that Zhao Pinger was back, it was just a matter of having one more meal at home. The third branch could afford it. Zhao Ping looked at Liang Jinhui and Liang Jinshan angrily. "First uncle, second uncle, how can you be like this? My parents didn't say anything. Why are you scolding me?" Liang Jinshan snorted softly. "Your parents didn't educate you well. As your uncles, we naturally have to remind you. You have no manners at all. Fortunately, you're married. If you stayed at home, you'd be an eyesore." Zhao Ping blushed at his words. Liang Jinhui added, "That girl didn't marry a good person. I think her little husband will be a good-for-nothing for the rest of his life. Ping can only be with such a good-for-nothing. Yun is still the best. Not only is Yun capable, but she's also capable in the future. Compared to little Ping, she's really far inferior." Chapter 1167. Zhao Yun listened from the side and could not help but twitch her mouth. She kept having a feeling that she had been led astray. Zhao Ping became even angrier after hearing that. If he wanted to talk about her, then so be it. Why did he have to compare her with Zhao Yun? Seriously, it was not like she knew how much more outstanding Mu Lianfeng was compared to Qin Yuan. Regarding Zhao Yun's good fortune, he could only be envious. What else could he do? Zhao Ping pursed her lips and retorted somewhat unhappily, "First uncle, second uncle, big brother Yuan is not a good-for-nothing. Who asked him to have a bad birth? Reincarnation is a skill. Right now, big brother Yuan is a little poor. Who knows, he might be rich in the future. After Zhao Ping finished speaking, Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui laughed. There was some mockery in their laughter. Liang Jinshan said, I say, Ping, lass, don't count on that gigolo. Just treat this as a dream. If he becomes rich in the future, I don't believe in Liang. I'll follow behind your family and have the surname Zhao. After Liang Jinshan finished speaking, Liang Jinhui burst into mocking laughter from behind. For a gigolo good-for-nothing to want to make a comeback, earn money, and become rich, that was simply a fool's dream. It was completely unrealistic. If it were someone from Qin Yuan who was ambitious and willing to endure hardships, they would not dare to say such words. But for someone like Qin Yuan, who was poor to begin with and could not even endure a little hardship, if such a person could become rich, it could only be said that there was smoke rising from their ancestors' graves. There was no other explanation. After being ridiculed by Liang Jinshan and Liang Jinhui and not being optimistic, Zhao Ping felt that her lungs were about to explode. They actually dared to belittle her man so much. They were too much. Let them laugh as much as they liked. It was useless no matter how much they laughed. Anyway, she had already thought of a way to earn money. When the time came, she would let these people open their eyes wide and see that what they were saying now was bullshit. Seeing that Zhao Ping was about to flip out, Liang Jinchao hurriedly gave Zhao Ping a look. Zhao Ping did not make a move but snorted angrily. First uncle, second uncle, there's a good saying. Every dog has its day. You guys can laugh all you want. When my big brother Yuan achieves meteoric success, let's see what you guys say. Liang Jinshan chuckled and said, Little girl Ping, you're really not simple now. You can even say such words. Let's wait for our nephew's son-in-law to become capable so that we can bask in his glory. Ping, girl, since your husband is going to be so capable in the future, why are you still coming back to your mother's house for food? You should save some food for your mother. Zhao Ping once again felt that she had been ridiculed. No matter what she said now, it would probably be useless. If she wanted her first uncle and second uncle to shut up, she could only do it with her own ability. Therefore, she must work together with Qin Yuan to earn more money. When she returned, she would let these people see how stupid they were today. After lunch, the few men who were working went out. When Hui Chunhua saw that Zhao Ping had returned, she pulled Liang Jinchao and asked, Third daughter-in-law, did you say anything when I asked you to borrow Ping's wedding dress? Liang Jinchao forgot about this matter for a moment. He shook his head and said, Mother, I haven't said anything yet. I'll go and say it now. Hui Chunhua nodded and said, Go. Quickly tell Ping, girl. Your aunt can't be delayed. Liang Jinchao quickly responded and went to the third branch's room. You're tuning into the Dreamy Chapters YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.